Live from the Loki studio for this Thursday, the 6th of February, it's Back Pocket. Brought to you as always by our tried and true Back Pocketeer patrons. This week starring Gus Ronald.
But you don't seem to like anything touchdown.
What do you mean? I just freeze.
Peter Burns.
I always wanted to my TIMECODES.
Yeah.
Wow, what a sentence.
Yeah. Ruby Innes.
Thursday's the first show, but it came second, and Wednesday's the second show, but it was on first. So they're being released. Thursday's the first one being released, and it has been released, and then Wednesday's the second one being released, and that's the second one, but it was first.
And you're doing this next week.
What? And special guest, video editor and reviewer for SkillUp, it's Austin.
Many might.
And behind the scenes, it's Josh, Will, and Blair. Now get ready for the show that's making aliens avoid visiting Earth. It's time for Back Pocket!
We almost missed that cue, didn't we?
Always. Do we?
One more time!
Oh, we got it! We nailed it! It
Yeah.
was perfect!
Hey!
I think there was still a little pause. Should we go again?
Let's go one more.
We could do it.
1, 2, 3. What are you going to do? That's a good one. Welcome to Back Pocket. Thank you so much for joining us, chat. Hello, hello. This week on the show, we're looking at the big upcoming releases of this month, talking about the games that we've been playing, partying down with Pete in a bit of a Photal Recall fashion, and lightly steaming some hams for our dinner with a superintendent. And we're joined by Austin from SkillUp's.
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, thank you for coming. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We waited a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much on a year. We thought,
For sure.
I wonder how he's changed.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's
Not a year,
It's
guys.
been
It's been 6 months at most.
It
Feels like longer.
I think it feels like yesterday. It does. It's
Now
nice.
we have to get the obvious question out of the way first.
Your awesome kicks.
Where is that shirt from?
Where are the
Oh my
shoes
God.
People are
from?
going to ask
This
the
is-
question.
this is
I can
so fun.
tell. I can
I've
guarantee.
gotten like 4 compliments about it.
It's
in the
a
last,
lovely
few
shirt.
Weeks. This is from Academy brand, I think.
Academy brand.
They
Go
do well.
off.
They're,
No.
they're your new
What's
industry,
it?
right?
Maybe Academy. Yeah.
They're kind of like what
I like
industry
them a lot.
used to be.
It's weird because it like kind of just looks like on camera just like a normal white shirt.
But
I
it
get
feels-
compliments
Let me tell
about
you,
it
yeah.
all the time.
The texture. I mean the pattern. I guess it's just a.
What is
it's
it, a
weave.
light knit?
It's a
Yeah,
weave.
It is.
is that a weave?
It's kind of like sweatery a little bit.
Yeah.
I got it from my missus for Christmas, and then I wore it like for all the Christmas parties.
Did you crush
like,
a
all the Christmas
candle on your
dinners.
head and say thanks to my missus?
No, everyone
That's
loves
a
it.
single,
At all
so
Christmas.
he doesn't know.
I don't know how to compliment people who are good.
I got compliments for it all over Christmas.
It is lovely.
Very happy with it.
It looks great.
And the
Yeah.
shoes, the kicks.
These are Timberlands. Yeah, I feel like
good.
I'm
I
at
love
a
his
fashion
music.
show right now. What's this? Where's this from?
No, my shoes are literally falling apart, and I was like, I tripped over them the other day because they're like
6
that.
months ago when Austin
Oh
was
god,
on.
Yeah.
they're literally
Ooh.
doing that,
Oh,
and so
no.
now I'm just like, you know
You
what?
could have a chat with that
I
shoe.
feel like you guys are usually wearing like really.
stop.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
This is forcing me to replace them. That's the. That's
You-
the
Yeah, but now you have to
didn't
go
even
the
do
rest of the
that.
show with no shoe.
I won't take it off.
And
You
you're not allowed
guys
to get your
usually
dogs out.
have like the craziest, nicest shoes on. Like you both were wearing like those kinds of boots.
Yeah.
we
last
both
episode,
rotate
yeah.
the boots pretty often.
Yeah,
And I was
the
like,
boots
maybe it's time to
There's no laces. I can't tie my shoelaces yet.
get a boot with a zip.
So,
Yeah.
or just no laces.
No, but a little cheeky zip up the
laces,
side.
yeah.
Just go bunny ears.
What do you describe a bunny ear?
So
Over the
you
hill and
get
through
you,
the loop.
you do a cross.
Yep.
And then
following.
you get one and loop it, and then get the other and loop it to make a bunny ears, and then you just tie that in a knot too.
I still do
that-
my shoelaces like that.
Me
Yeah,
too,
100%.
and I get
There's-
treated like a baby for it, but it's all I
It's
learned.
effective. It's
And
fun.
then I
Baby
did
efficient.
the other way, and I'm like, that's boring.
Get
Yeah.
the laces that do the springy coils on the end, so they're elastic ones, and you just keep stretching them, but they have like little twirly twisties on the end. Do you
Gus,
remember those?
Where did you get your shirt?
This,
Yeah.
this is a Letterkenny t-shirt.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Nice.
Pete,
Pitter patter.
where did you get your shirt?
Steph bought it and it was too big for her, so I'm wearing it. it's Uniqlo.
I'm wearing this in celebration of a new season of Shoresy. So this is a really specific reference. But if anyone's watching Shoresy, season 3 just dropped. It's amazing. It's by Jared Key. He's the main guy who created Letterkenny, one of the greatest shows that no one has watched. And this is one of the t-shirts I bought to support that show. I say support. They're doing
Pete's
really
also
well.
worn that shirt like 80 times on this show.
This is the first time I've
This is the first time he's worn it in a year?
No, this is a
Maybe,
new
I don't
shirt.
know.
And
The
now-
I
first
want
new
to know
shirt.
where Ruby got her shirt.
Somebody ask where I got my shirt.
Where'd you get
So
your
let's
shirt?
get on with our first segment,
Oh,
which is...
that's a really good question, Austin.
I'm sorry,
I got
that
it
was my fault. I shouldn't have done that.
I
got it online.
No, Steph sent me a link to it. She saw it and she knew exactly who to fucking message, and she sent it to me, and I bought it.
She could dress us all.
She got it as an Instagram ad, and as much like its follows,
Yeah.
she got rid of it as a curse. She gave it to you for your Instagram algorithm now, and she'll
Yeah.
never get posted that again.
She may have gotten cursed, but I got blessed. Thank you, Steph.
You got Gexed.
I got
got
Gex.
Gex, baby.
I
feel like-
got Gex by Hex.
I feel like I didn't get the memo. You were wearing like blue denim jeans and not me. Yeah.
This happens a
I
lot,
feel like
actually.
Actually watched those a couple of times. They'll come
Yeah,
out.
true,
They'll come out nice.
Or just like
Yeah,
paint them
100%.
blue.
Yeah.
On the
why not?
t-shirt, I've had a couple of Instagram hey, this is a cool video game, old N64 thing on a ratty tee. I've only bought one of them, and it was a terrible print on a terrible t-shirt. I got a Dark Souls, a Taurus of the Abyss.
Cool.
design. It's the worst looking shirt. I put it on. I'm like, I'm never wearing. It's my sleep shirt.
I have
Yeah,
a
right,
giant
yeah.
Aragon shirt.
I wanted one. I want a big Gandalf one and all that kind of stuff. I want an Aragorn coming through the doors.
So thick.
Those
are.
are
Too thick.
Halo shirts that Culture Kings did.
Yeah.
Fucking
No, what?
sick.
They did
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
dude,
Oh,
they're
nice.
so
I
nice.
so missed
Yeah.
out.
They're
Oh,
really
man, I used to
good.
live in
I've got
Halo
a
shirts.
long sleeve Halo 3 one. It's
Yeah.
got
That's
the
a good
legendary.
one. I like your
yeah, that's
PlayStation
cool.
long sleeve
Like
one as
that.
well.
The PlayStation one's
That's a
fucking
nice
cool,
one.
and I've not found. We're talking about clothes a lot. If there are any clothing stores watching, please sponsor us and dress us.
Or shoes.
We'll wear whatever. Yeah, but particularly
100%.
shoe brands. What clothing sponsor would you like?
What clothing sponsor would I like? Academy Brand. So I can
No,
wear one of
reach for
these
the
shirts,
stars.
you know?
Academy Brands, like,
You could be asking for Gucci.
Honestly, I'm so not knowledgeable about fashion brands at all. This is the
You're a
only one I shop
fashionable
at.
man, though.
You are?
Thank you. This is all my girlfriend. Before her, I was wearing
What a shit.
40s and gamer shirts.
I love those
That was-
before and after getting a girlfriend pictures of
Exactly,
guys. It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
suddenly like.
See,
100%.
I
Now
can't
they're
do that.
fashionable.
I fixed you.
Yeah,
My-
yeah, exactly. Their claim to fame.
See, I can't do that because my boyfriend dresses better than me.
Well, he certainly doesn't wear
Do
Sonic drawn by a child.
Okay, that shirt is
I was gonna say
awesome.
Steven,
okay, so
but
I have a
child.
shirt.
Yeah, I need
It's
context.
not
I need to see
Sonic.
this.
It's Sanic.
Yep.
So
Sweet.
you know, thank
Yep.
you. And it says, "I'm not a player. I'm a gamer. Players get chicks. I get bullied at school."
that's too much text. But I like. I'm done by
I
the
think
second
you need
line.
more text.
Oh god.
I think all shirts should have too much text so people have to stop and read, and then get worried by what they're reading.
Fair.
Thank you.
Fair.
Thank
Reasonable.
you.
All right,
Oh
fair.
my god.
Completely reasonable. And I'll tell you what else is completely reasonable. The game plan.
What?
The game plan is brought to us this week by Reese Wild. That's a long one.
That was fun. What's that?
What is that? Rings a bell. That's
Play,
not the game.
play it once, Sam.
I was going to say.
We do this every week
Sounds
because
like
Reese is attached to the
Banjo-Kazooie.
first one. It was Banjo-Kazooie, but it wasn't Banjo-Kazooie.
Right.
I don't know.
Rings a bell. I'll get it by the fourth
I
time.
bought a harmonica. I play it while I'm driving on the M4.
Are you serious?
I love breathing through a harmonica.
I think the harmonica is wildly overrated.
That's
Only that I
Overrated.
recently,
Overrated?
Right.
It's because
Okay.
you're
What
not
the
good at it.
fuck
Bold
is
statement.
wrong
I
with
recently
you?
listened to the Bob Dylan original version of All Along the Watchtower, and he ruins that song every chorus. Only
He
that
wrote
it's-
it?
He wrote it, I know, and it's a terrible version compared to Hendrix, mainly because of the harmonica.
Where do you keep the harmonica? You put in a little sunglass.
So I have.
You drop it out
on
of
my-
drop it out here.
on my-
License straight into the mouth.
Awesome.
It just rolls out from underneath.
License of registration.
It's still got to be
Take a
wire
big
on
breath
it, you know,
in
it's all up
first.
in there.
No, it's in its little case, but it fits
It
perfectly.
has a case.
Yeah, it's just a little plastic case.
Right. Okay.
And it sits in the little. There's like next to my car has this dial instead of anything useful, and then it's got 3 little slots next to it. One fits a phone. One is too skinny to fit a phone, so it's like I'll put my parking ticket in there.
Yeah.
And then the other one is thick, and it fits a
harmonica.
It's a harmonica thick. One harmonica
Do you
thick.
think it was
is how
made
thick
with
is.
harmonicas?
I believe that the designers of the vehicle were thinking about harmonica players.
I just picture
playing.
I picture you stuck in gridlock traffic on the M4, whatever, like someone in a
That
prison
is-
cell.
you've got
playing
it.
it.
You've got it perfect.
I'm looking
Yeah.
down and
Yeah.
just
The
like,
windows down and everyone can hear it.
I used to just bounce a
sharing
ball
the
off my
pain.
windshield and catch it, but now I play the
What is it?
harmonica.
One day someone's going to come in and just see a poster and Peter and look behind it and Peter's borrowing himself out of the car.
You got 12 bar
I often
blues
have a
going
spoon
on.
in there, so I can do.
What are we doing?
But let's listen to the sound that Reese Wild has sent in. We need to identify the wild creature that is making this sound.
Holy shit. We usually have to listen really hard to like
Yeah.
hear the finesse in the
Yeah.
back of the sound, but that
that was,
came through
like,
loud and
quite-
clear.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to hear that again.
Can you guess what the noise is? Thank you,
I
Nightbot.
mean, it
I think it's.
Ruby? It's,
No.
is it? It's
it-
so good.
It's Ruby. It was Ruby, yes. I believe that it is a German Shepherd and a man with his hand over his dog's
That's what
mouth
I
Yeah,
going-
doing
and
the-
going like
Me
this,
too, yeah,
and
yeah.
squeezing its
Yeah.
snout shut.
That's a
I
good
thought
guess.
Not so it's not a dog.
No.
Okay,
I reckon
cool.
you've got the
Wow.
that part's right though. Someone's manipulating said animal to make it
No one's
sound.
touching the animal.
No one's touching
Nobody
the animal.
No
touching
one's
touching it.
touching
Really
the
touching it.
animal.
A spanner in the works.
This
That's,
animal is untouched.
Okay, one more time.
It sounds like he's about to start singing "Bird as a Word."
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That could be a fantastic sample.
Can I go with? I'm going to go with goat and or sheep.
Oh.
I think
Reese is screaming. No one's touching the animal.
it's one more time. No, I think I might. Oh,
Oh, is it a bird with a big gullet? You can have that guess. It's a good guess.
It's a good guess. You can have my second guess. Gonna need an answer in 3, 2.
Or you'll hear the sound again. That's your
yeah, one more time.
It will haunt you.
Oh,
in
one
your
more time.
dreams.
No.
No, just one more time. I think it's like an elephant seal.
Oh, that's
Could
a
be
good
Sealy.
one.
Could be Sealy. Seal?
I don't think it's an elephant seal, but I'll give it to you. It is a
Hey.
seal.
No, it's a regular seal.
Just as a little.
Wow.
That's a skinny
That's a
little
water
seal.
dog.
That's great. That's so
Holy
cute.
shit.
They're
lovely.
so
I want
wet.
one. I want one.
They are water
Me
dogs.
too.
Yeah.
There are so many animals I want.
I know. I
Yeah.
see videos of like otters, and I'm like, can I get one of those?
I saw a video of a lady with a monkey the other day, and I'm like, no, I want
Is that the
that.
one that
The
was trying to
spider
get into
monkeys
the
that were trying to
espresso
get into the
machine?
thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was just like
too
long.
weird.
I think it was
That's
a
too
gibbon.
weird.
It looks really
It
annoying.
was awesome. I want it.
So you will have realised that the game plan is typically not in as a segment in the show, but we've decided that we feel like it might fit better here. So this is it. The game plan. These are all the games that are coming out in February that we thought were worth highlighting for you. And it's kicking off with Iluri on February 7th. Iluri is a hand-drawn 2D platformer following the breathtaking story of an endangered red panda named Iluri. Climb, explore, and survive the intricate levels while trying to defeat enemies to restore balance of life in the world. It is Australian-made, this game. You probably saw it at PAX.
That looks cute.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7, the award-winning strategy game franchise, returns with a revolutionary new chapter. Sid Meier's Civ 7 empowers you to build the greatest empire the world has ever known. Harriet Tubman is in it, and it's coming out on February 12th on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Who's Harriet Tubman?
Tomb Raider 4 to 6
I thought it was maybe too
remastered.
young.
It's a
Oh
freedom
my God.
fighter.
Get that right.
Tomb Raider 4 to 6. We were going to do this bit where we don't interrupt.
I can throw. We can ask a question.
Yeah, no, you can't ask a question. You can throw in a quip.
Oh, okay.
Quips, but
Who
no
the
questions.
heck is Harriet
Sure.
Tubman? That's my quit.
That was still a question. Tomb Raider. Harriet Tubman? Tomb Raider 4 to 6 remastered includes these games: Tomb Raider Last Revolution, Tomb Raider Chronicles, and Tomb Raider The Angel of Darkness. It is a compendium of games 3 to 6 remastered, coming out February 15th on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Lost Records Bloom and Rage has you rewind back to the 90s and live the defining summer of 4 high school girls as they forge bonds through their growing friendship, their punk band, and an unexplained event that will forever change their lives. You guessed it, it's Don't Nod. It's a new game from the Life is Strange team, and it's part 1 only, dropping on February 17th
And I
on
just
PC,
wanna say
PlayStation, and
quickly
Xbox.
with this one, you actually jump between the 90s and current day, which is really cool. Like
Cool.
it's a not like so much time travel, but like jumping back and forth in the narratives, which is really neat.
Very cool. Avowed is a first-person fantasy RPG set in the world of Eora, where your choices carve a path through war, intrigue, and ancient mysteries. Navigate a land in turmoil, forge powerful alliances or deadly rivalries, and wield magic and steel to shape the fate of the living lands and your own destiny. It is from Obsidian Entertainment. We all hope it's good. It's coming out Feb 19th on PC and Xbox. Cinnabunny is a cozy life sim where you play a bunny running a bakery.
Oh.
That's out on Feb 20th on PC.
Very straightforward.
Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Taking place after the events of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii focuses on series mainstay Goro Majima, who, after being stranded on an island and losing his memories, now leads his pirate crew to discover a hidden treasure. That's out on Feb 21st on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. PGA Tour 2K25. It's more golf.
Golf 2.
Feb 21st.
That's early access, Feb 21st.
There you go. Early access on PC, maybe Xbox, maybe PlayStation. But
Yeah.
maybe early access is just on PC.
There's early access demo out at the moment.
I think it's one of those like 2K like early release type things.
Yeah.
There you go. And now the big one for the month, Monster Hunter Wilds. The unbridled force of nature runs wild and relentless, with environments transforming drastically from one moment to the next. This is a story of monsters and humans and their struggles to live in harmony in a world of duality. Fulfill your duty as a hunter by tracking and defeating powerful monsters. We all know that. The ultimate hunting experience awaits you in Monster Hunter Wild. We all know that. This is coming out on Feb 28th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Midnight Murder Club is hitting early access on February ? But it is a heart-pounding and hilarious multiplayer first-person shooter. Fun. Trust your senses and overcome your fears as you're armed with a flashlight and a revolver, then set against your friends in a pitch-black mansion with immersive proximity chat and surprises around every corner. It is a multiplayer FPS where you try to kill your friends in a big mansion.
This thing's going to take over Twitch for the
Oh,
next
God,
2
especially
months
with the
probably.
proximity
It's
chat.
sure.
Yeah, it's the new
It's sure.
Phasmophobia among us, 100%.
Looks really fun though.
And finally,
Yeah.
Morsels. You're a hungry mouse.
Mortals?
Morsels.
Morsels.
Like a morsel.
Like immortal.
A morsel.
Immortal?
You know,
A morsel.
A morsel.
You know, like a little
I'm
piece
stalling
of cheese.
so
a
Josh
morsel.
can get the footage up, but how many
Yeah,
times
there
do I
was
have
a
to ask?
few late editions. I don't have the trailers for these. I'm getting it now.
Oh, I
Yeah.
put
No
them in
stress,
the
but Morsels,
spreadsheet.
you are a hungry mouse scrounging for scraps in the sewers when you meet a magical
Whoa,
sentient
that looks-
fatberg who teaches you to transform into a mighty little morsel. With your new powers, set
That
off
is
to
not
dangerous
how I
upper
thought it was
worlds
gonna look.
where you battle against the cat's oppressive forces and collect new morsels, strategically swapping as you go. It is a top-down creature collecting roguelite. And that is coming out this month. Still question mark on the exact date, but it's coming for PC, PlayStation, and Switch. Austin, which of the games that's coming out this month is going to grab your attention?
I mean, apart from Morsels, that now just looks sick.
Doesn't it look
I love
That
that.
looks awesome. That does not look anything like
the
what I
fact
thought it
that
was
they've
gonna be.
got your main character's like guiding teacher as a fatberg. Which of those things
Yeah.
famously are just like when fat and tissue paper congeals in the sewers
And excrement.
and excrement. They're like that can be.
I didn't even know there was a word for that.
No,
That's
they're
magical.
huge.
It happened
I
in the
know,
UK.
but they're made of
Whoa.
human like grease and fat, and they have
my
to push
God.
them through sewers because they block them up.
It looks so. Did you ever play? I think it's called Nobody Saves the World.
Yes, I did.
I think it's gonna be like
Similar
that,
vibe.
where like you collect creatures, but you can turn into them.
Sure.
And it just, I mean, the visual stylings. It's very like icky yucky, but also is giving me a little bit of animal
quite cute.
well and
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Pixels make everything gross look a little cute.
Well, we're talking
Sure,
about
really do that.
morsels. Ruby, tell us why you're interested in morsels.
It just looks gross, and I love gross games. I also like, once again, Nobody Saved the World was something I really enjoyed, and
Surprisingly hard.
Oh
that
my
game.
God,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, I'm like stuck, like hard stuck.
Well,
like,
it was
it's
one of
really
those
hard.
games that I had to play with other people because
Yeah.
I just really struggled with
Was
it on
that
my
same
own.
devs? Or
No,
you're just saying
No,
it's
it's
just
just a similar vibe.
Similar,
Right, yeah.
similar
Got it.
vibe
Yep.
in the sense that like you start as just like a little mouse.
Look at that.
And
Look at
then
the UI. Ooh,
through
so good.
collecting different creatures, you can turn into them to
Got it. Yeah,
battle.
Yep.
I love the visual design. It's very up my alley. Yuck.
I usually
love it
hate the
so much.
CRT bands, but I like it, what it's doing here. Like, it looks like it's serving the pixel art purpose really well. Like,
Yeah.
It's also often ugly games are ugly to look at.
Yeah.
And that's like part of the charm of them is that they're grotesque.
Yeah.
Whereas this is ugly conceptually,
Yep.
but actually really quite nice to look
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
And
very
really,
pretty.
really detailed.
You really
while still being
appreciate the artistry
cartoonish.
going on. Like that
You
looks
pointed
nuts.
out the
Yeah.
UI, that thing where they obviously had a little radial menu that was
Yeah.
just holding a button for 4 or like 3 or 4. Like,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm like, ooh, something went up my
yeah.
spine. Like, that's clicky
It
and
looks.
punchy.
It
and-
looks good. It looks good. It
Yeah.
feels
Yeah.
good.
Magic
Nice.
morsels bust.
Just for Switch?
That's just a Switch
That was the
trailer.
Switch trailer.
But it's going to
Yeah.
PC and
Like,
PlayStation.
yeah,
as well,
yeah, cool.
Yep.
I wasn't.
To re-rail, what I
yeah.
was actually most excited for this month is Monster Hunter Wilds. In fact, I think that's probably the thing I am most excited for all year. I don't think there's
Is that
anything
because you're
else.
planning for it to take up your year?
No, it's just
Okay.
there's nothing else this year that like stands out to me as much
Sure.
as Wilds, but like Worlds, I was in love with. I mean, I think I've got over 1,000 hours in Worlds. It's probably the game that I've spent the most time with that isn't an MMO.
Yeah.
So yeah, Worlds was incredible. I
Well,
think it really.
sorry to interrupt. Worlds, because
Yeah.
I played this in beta, and then
So
I was
yeah.
trying to work out. This is kind of a follow-on from Worlds, but in between that has been
Rise.
Rise,
Yeah.
and even then before Worlds were the ones that were a bit more Nintendo.
Yeah,
they were on
the sort of
Switch.
like portable ones, like the handheld ones.
Yeah, they were
Um,
a softer art style.
yeah.
Um,
I actually was not a fan of Rise. I really
Neither.
loved World because of the visually, it looked really pretty. I loved how like slow and deliberate the combat was. Rise was a bit too arcadey.
It was
I think.
crazy fast.
and it was like a step back in terms of like visually. It wasn't as interesting to look at. Whereas Wild seems to continue what World started with the nice visuals and like the
Yeah.
slow combat.
Am I correct in saying that World was open world, but there were a lot of load gates in like quite linear?
That's how most of the Monster Hunter games,
Yeah.
they were like separate areas we had to load in between them.
Yeah.
World was, I think, the first one that properly connected
Did
them.
connect it all?
But World still had like a hub area that you had to load
And
in.
it kind of had
from.
it
Yeah.
kind of had choke points through that, which maybe didn't
Yeah.
load, but it definitely felt like you were sort of like I have to go
Yes.
through these corridors
Like,
to open
I
up.
felt
load, yeah.
from time to time, I felt like I'd been sold a really open world game, and I got into it, and I was still like, oh, it's kind of like there's
Yeah.
lots of canyons I'm
Yeah.
walking through.
Yeah.
I was backtracking
They're
over
like
the same.
There are a
path.
bunch of arenas. I
Yes.
feel like connected by small pathways.
100%.
Yep.
Whereas this is clearly way more like traditional open world.
Yeah, this one's
There's-
like
you
full
just
on.
go wherever you
I
want.
was shocked playing the beta,
Yeah.
just like how seamless and weird it is to play a Monster Hunter where you have no loading screens. You
Yeah.
literally just go from your camp, you're equipping your stuff, and you just walk out.
And
you're
also because
in
often the
world.
chase when you are hunting a monster, like it stretches out. Like it'll have phases. You guys
Yeah.
watch me brutally kill that fluffy bear.
By
And I was like wailing on its
cutting its
testicles.
testicles. Yeah.
But it was like, and then it would move on into the desert,
Yeah.
move over that, and it was like, suddenly I'm looking at my watch, I'm like, this is 20 minutes. I'm still
sure.
chasing this thing down, and I haven't gone through a loading screen or anything. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, between that and the open world, or the true open world that it looks
Yeah.
to be showing, and then like the weather, the dynamic weather changing.
Yeah, the weather
throughout it
looks
was
gnarly.
fantastic.
So cool. And the mount, you've got a nice little mount
Yeah.
that like
All
gets
the
you to
animations
target
on the
really
mounts
quick.
are so
It looks-
beautiful.
And it was
So
quick. It
smooth.
like literally is like a button press to hop on and
Yeah.
move on and off. So I think that like takes a bit of the
Yeah.
sort of tediousness out of the travel in
sure.
it. But yeah, I'm
What
keen
weapon
to-
do you play?
I was playing the Two Blades.
Yeah, cool.
Which
Nice,
I played in
nice.
Rise as well.
Yep.
But that
So-
was too fast in Rise. It
Yeah.
was- I think when I talked about it on the show, I had a clip to show everyone. I was like, let's just stand back and watch this. And it was like a cat was planting a plant to boost me next to me while there were 1,000 things happening. I was like, anyone see what's happening? Whereas this,
Yeah.
I could see what was happening.
Yeah,
I could telegraph
sure.
it a little bit. So yeah,
Nice,
I'm glad you
nice.
pumped for it because I'm keen to get into it.
Okay, we got to play together.
We will. Let's do it.
100%.
I need someone to hold my
28th.
hand. I need someone to carry me through it past the first 5 hours. 'cause
I don't know
that's-
if I'd be a good carry, you know?
I just need to motivate me to keep playing.
I never
'cause
said I was
I,
good.
I drop off those things when they open up too broadly.
Yes,
I can
yeah.
sometimes feel a bit
And I
overwhelmed.
don't like feeling lonely. I like playing them with friends,
Yeah.
you know? There's a lot more banter and a lot of like fun emergent moments. You know,
Is it 2-player co-op or
It's
4?
four.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah,
It's 4, but it also, and correct me if I'm wrong, it seemed to have a bit more of the, like, almost a Souls-like element of, like, hey, I'm putting up a flare to get people from other instances to join me to help this fight.
Yeah.
Is that new in this one? Or is that in
you
Worlds?
could do that in Worlds.
Okay, yeah. I
but
did
that
play-
is a good system. It lets you just like basically play multiplayer without, you know,
It's
even
great
if you don't
watching.
have friends to play with.
It's
you
great
just
watching
put the
8
flare up.
hunters dance around on a corpse and then disappear into their worlds as the corpse dissolves. You're like,
Yeah.
well, that was strange. Video games.
100%.
There you go. That's out Feb 28th. So the last possible day
Sweet.
of the month.
Nice.
Gus.
I'll be quick. Ruby, I was offended that you put Cindy Bunny on the list, but you didn't put PGA Tour 2K25. The next, it's the third golfing game from 2K since they took over and have branded it the PGA Tour license. I love golf games, and I mean, it's just iterative. It'll just be more polish. And so far, there's a preview out that people are playing and enjoying. I don't think it's not reinventing the wheel.
You reinvent golf.
Exactly. One thing that it's adding, which I haven't seen in
It says here it's actually more Polish.
Polish, sorry. Got it. One thing it's adding, which sounds, fuck, this is so lame. This is the lamest thing I've
No,
excited.
continue.
And
It's
you
adding-
bullying me
please.
for Cinnabunny.
No, I'm saying, like, what the hell is Cinnabunny? This is huge.
Cinnabunny is a game where
they're
you're a
adding
bunny running a
asymmetrical
bakery.
multiplayer, so you can play with your mates and just be like, oh, you can all just like check in and keep score, like when you play a hole and be like, oh, my friend's got this score on this course. And I haven't seen that in many other golf games. It might have existed, but in this one they're touting it's like, hey, because golf is not a game you really want to play. Like, you don't want to sit there and wait your turn.
Yeah, yep.
And then playing synchronized, it's watching all those like ball trails fly off, and it feels very, I don't like that. So what it does is it lets you play the hole and then be like, here's your friend's scorecard, and just check in so they can play on different times, and you can just be like, I've beaten your score on this course. I'm going to check in and try and beat
I
it
hope
again.
there's a bundle with this game where it comes with yacht driving simulator.
Golf is fun. Golf is a great game.
Well, I'm just saying.
You know, it's
I'm just
always
saying, I
been
think it'd be a
something
good
that I wanted
bundle.
to try, like proper golf.
It's fun to get competitive in these ones. They're adding a story as well, where they're like at one point you can get asked to be an extra in a film by Shooter McGavin, and it's like their way of trying to like add some
Do
flavor
you
and color.
play
to the
does it have Happy
professional
Gilmore 2
golfers,
time?
or do you play you create
you
your own
usually
character?
make your own character, in
Ah,
it. And
Career mode.
yeah,
Yeah.
I often
Try to have as many affairs as Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
look to play into what Ruby was saying. I've never played a series where I can create a character that looks so much like me. in the
Right.
game.
Yeah.
The default guy is like, that's pretty much me.
Yeah.
So
There's just like there's 4 archetypes and all of them are Ronald. But as long as you can go to the
Pebble
gear
Beach?
shop
Oh.
after 9 holes and get yourself a Mars bar out of the fridge, that's all golf is to me.
it is lovely.
They
Yeah.
should go full simulation. Like
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
walk
exactly.
around, you got to use the little buggy, you got to
Yeah.
drive, you got to
Yep.
pick up your golf balls. They
would
should
be
go
fun,
full
actually.
city.
I think there should
That's
be
the Mario one where you'd run to the hole.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think there should be a
Exactly.
version where like you walk so far out of the green that you end up accidentally going into the Mario Golf game as well. But you can't engage with them or play with them. You just have to watch them.
I'd love it if
play.
you had to let people play through as well in multiplayer and like
Yeah.
politely stand at the side, or
Yeah.
have them watch you drive and fuck up like real golf. Anyway, I'm
or
looking
like
forward to
someone
that.
comes in with a golf buggy and hits you, and you see the wine coming out of it.
Yeah.
The wine.
Well, because they're holding
You've
a
never
glass
played
of
golf,
wine.
have you?
They're drunk. Isn't there golf buggies?
There are golf
There are
buggies.
buggies.
No one's drinking wine on
Wine's
a
not
golf
a
course.
Are you kidding?
Why
I've
not?
seen so many people drink wine on
Nah,
golf
it's
buggies.
a beer game.
Yeah,
It's a beer
or a
game.
hip flask in your golf caddy. Anyway, I digress.
All right.
I'm looking forward to golf.
More about golf than
We
than
thought we
Wilds.
might. Yeah, I'll give
That
it a
is
shot.
the most anticipated game.
Iluri is the hand-drawn Australian game, a 2D platformer where you play a red panda. It is super adorable. I guess it would be 2 years ago now, was when we did the PAX Back Pocket show. And it was already in really good shape a couple of years ago. So I'm excited that they've spent another couple of years working on it. And it's about to launch. So that's Feb 7th, which is tomorrow.
Wow.
You'll be able to play this.
Did I notice
and-
that the red panda accurately has a grapple at one
Yeah.
point?
It
does.
Yeah. Like all red
It's just
pandas.
so pretty,
It
man.
is very
And
sweet.
one of the, I believe the artist of Iluri drew a little red panda on a business card that I still have to this day on my
Yeah.
desk at home. So very excited to play this.
Is it a Metroidvania? It kind of looks
It's-
like it's giving, like
It's giving Ori vibes. I don't know if it is. I think it's probably a
I
straightforward
think it's pretty
platformer.
straightforward 2D narrative plays
Okay,
out as
cool.
you finish levels.
Gotcha.
I think
Yeah.
it'll be a shorter experience than some of the bigger 2D platformers that we've seen since Ori.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess since Metroid. But
How many more
it's not in that
adorable
same line.
animal games must we make until we get the message about global warming? Because I'm like, I think
Correct.
it looks beautiful and it looks like
Yeah,
it
it
has
looks
a
really
message
pretty.
through it about nature and
Yeah.
conservative and all. But
Conservation, yeah.
but I'm also like, oh god, it's gonna break my heart. I have
Yeah.
a feeling. So
I'm ready
Oh
for
yeah.
it. I'm ready
Well,
for it.
like part of the description literally called it like a heartbreaking game, and I'm like, oh,
Jesus.
okay.
Perfect. You know what?
Okay.
Like,
Much like
my
golf.
measure of how good a game is if it can make me cry. If it can make me cry, it's in immediately top 10 games of
Have
all
you guys
time.
ever played? I think it's called Gibbon Beyond the Tree.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
That's
He,
all right.
he ripped
That
on
game
it.
made me-
that's
Yeah.
on my list.
I
my
didn't
eyes
think the
out.
swinging was.
Have you played Before Your Eyes?
But you didn't.
No, I haven't.
Cry?
But that is. That looks great.
You
That
will
looks great. I
cry
need to
like
do
a fucking baby.
It's in. Is there a VR version as well?
There
I'm
is.
so
I
I
gonna
haven't
do that.
installed,
Yeah,
and I
'cause, I'm
haven't
gonna
yet.
do
I'm
that.
No
too
one can
scared
see
to
your
play it.
tears.
Yeah. Just have to empty it out.
Fogging up, yeah. That is the game plan. It's what's coming out in February, and we'll be doing that again in March, unless you hated it. Now here's what we have been playing.
Unless you hate this too.
We will not talk about video games anymore.
Ever again.
What we've all been playing is a segment where we talk about the games that we have played, not the ones we're just looking forward to coming out. Something I'm looking forward to is any segment sponsored by Nicotex.
What's it from? Did we get
I'm
told
really struggling with that. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's
Josh?
like
Do you want me to spoil it?
that? Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's
Because I don't even think chat's gotten it yet.
it's
Oh,
an
really?
old game where you power it up sometimes. No,
I don't know anything about the game.
Into
I just
an
know
old
what it
hick?
is. Well, I don't know which one it is, but I know which franchise it is. It's not Banjo.
no, is it? It is Rayman. Dolphin
Yeah,
Pants is
there.
right.
He's
It's
nice.
Rayman when you finished it and you did the
It's
little
like Rayman
dance.
Legends is someone's
Right.
got a tuba.
But it was Rayman, like 2, the 3D one. You do a little dance.
I do like since it's Nicotex's segment.
Twice they've tried to call me.
Do you want
is
to take
it?
it, Gus?
Answer it.
I don't know.
Answer it.
Do you want me to answer?
Answer it.
You know what? I will.
Okay.
Let me. Oh, they left a voicemail. Who leaves a fucking voicemail? I reckon
Anyway.
it's someone trying to drop a package off
At this time of night?
at this time of day.
Why not?
I'm gonna call him back.
What is that Nightbot message?
Hey, this is your cocaine dealer.
Oh, it's the internet people.
Oh my God.
Fuck off. My internet.
Sorry.
Nightbot
I
is
really-
having
what is
an
that night-
aneurysm.
By utilizing carbon
That's
bonded.
Nicotex.
That's his ad.
That's every week.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that real?
We just usually hide Nightbot because it spams,
Oh.
spams bullshit like that.
I never
right.
saw it.
That's the script of the ad. Thank you, Nicotex, for sponsoring the segment. And as usual, when Nicotex sponsors a segment, we play a little game that's from a Pocket Pals, which is Screenshot in the Dark. We look at some screenshots zoomed in on a game, and we try and yell out when we think we know the game. Josh, cue up Screenshot in the Dark, please. Sit tight, Austin. Yell out if you know it.
Stop.
That's
That's which one is it? It's Monkey Island.
Ooh. Yeah.
Return to.
I need to look up which one it is. Because yes, it is a Monkey Island.
I'll take the 6 points.
No.
Sorry for ruining the game.
It's Moneki Island.
Do we have to go through all the screenshots now? That
No,
Peter
I'm
ruined
checking
this?
it right now.
We didn't have it in the
Which one did you say?
I said return.
Return.
If it just starts again, you're wrong.
Wait,
Ooh.
Ruby. Ruby.
Well, technically Gus buzzed in.
Secret of Monkey Island? And as I got a message about my internet. Fuck off.
What's wrong with it?
Nice.
It's still broken. It was Secret of Monkey Island. That's a short one. Thank you, Nicotex, for sponsoring the segment with a short one this week. I'll keep it short too as I go through the game that I've been playing that I streamed on Monday. I've been playing Citizen Sleeper 2. Oh shit, we didn't write the second line.
Starwood Vector.
Starwood Vector. Thank you, Ruby.
You're welcome.
The follow-up to the first Citizen Sleeper, which was, I wouldn't say a sleeper hit, it was just a hit. Everyone really liked it. I never played it, but I was very keen to see what all the fuss was about. So I checked this out, and the fuss was well earned. This is a wonderful story that is basically told through a kind of, it's more like a tabletop RPG, I think, styling. Trying to think the best way to describe this. It is almost a visual novel that
Yeah.
you interact with through the rolling of virtual dice that are connected to your character. The narrative itself, it takes place after the first game, but it's not tied directly to it. I don't believe there are some characters that come across from that game. But essentially, you are a sleeper, which is an android who has the memories and soul, essentially, of a human implanted in them as a way to maybe carry them through until they can be
Gotcha.
put into another person. Maybe I haven't quite got the lore
Right,
through,
okay.
but you are this very obvious android who has found themselves awoken in the middle of a story. Essentially, you're being hunted down by someone who has tried to wipe your memory. You've got a little crew around you, or at least one other ally, who picks you up and basically says, we've got to get out of here. And then the story itself is a chase from space station to space station as you try and basically stay one step ahead of this big bad who's after you. It's very different from the first game, which took place on, I think, kind of like a refuge space station with lots of colourful characters. But again, you were a sleeper in that one. I'm not sure if you're the same one.
Right.
It is dense. It is beautifully written, incredibly well-crafted sort of narrative chunks that are fed to you through both sort of character interactions and also just narrating you in this amazing sort of celestial space station world. And again, basically, this is the majority of the game, is you're fed slabs of text, which are sort of exposition and narrative. And then eventually, once you move into the game itself, you just have this sort of zoomed out view of a space station, and you can select different areas of the space station to explore, and there are actions at each of these, and then essentially to interact with that action, you'll roll a die on it. They have different numbers which give you different success based on your stats, and then that will either progress with positive, neutral, or negative. And there's a lot of systems at play, but essentially what it is you choosing which area of the story you want to try and progress, you reading as you roll those successful rolls, or if you're rolling unsuccessfully, you're carrying on with that story with all the negative or sort of what the fallout from that.
Right.
And you are making choices about which storyline you're following, because you can't do everything because you have X amount of energy in a day.
That's correct.
Based on the actions
Yes.
that you can. So you're like, oh, I'm going to do this and try and roll.
Your
positive.
die will run out for that day. You'll need to
Okay.
go back and rest. You'll need to use energy to replenish your die. You'll need to get energy by by eating. So there's a couple of little systems that are into play, but you're right, Pete, in terms of, you can't do everything. There's often a countdown until the next major story beat happens based on those cycles of how you're resting. So it becomes a game of management about which sort of area of the space station that you're on at that one time you want to proceed with, who you then meet. You'll create relationships, and you can then bring those people onto your crew, and then that plays into the second part of the game, which is going on contracts, which is when you eventually take a mission away from the station you're on. You'll fly away to an asteroid, to an abandoned space station, to something, and you'll need to successfully navigate that little sort of like, it's like doing a I'm trying to think. It's like doing a one-shot in a campaign somewhere else, and then you come back from that with potentially the spoils from a successful mission or massive negative buffs because it went wrong, which very easily happens in this game, and then you kind of roll back into the main story. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. It's very complex, but also it's simple at its core once you get into the sort of the
it seems
flow
like a
of it.
spruced up text adventure sort of thing.
It is, and I thought at first it might have just been as simple as like, oh, you roll the die, and if you've got higher numbers, you can be successful at that conversation with someone. But it actually turns more into, you might go to a way station and it says, hey, there's people around here, but no one really likes you. So you roll the die there and you might get a successful roll. It's like you start to, and then the writing will change to say, you bump into some people and smile, and they smile back, and someone ushers you over and says, maybe there's some work here. You roll again, negative. It's like the job doesn't go well. So, you decide to only take a little bit of the credits you earned. Or you rolled well, and it's like someone decides to employ you. You do that long enough, you fill up a meter at the bottom, and then it goes, great, now you get to have a conversation with someone here. So it's like little chapters of reading that sort of paint the world in which you're in before you get into these larger chunks and proper interactions with characters, where you do have dialogue choices, but I think that's just kind of the extra flavor on top of it, just to make it feel like you have some ownership over that story. Again, the story is beautifully written. I'm getting hung up on a very small aspect of it, but the whole world takes place, all the characters are involved in these like zero gravity environments. There's no gravity in any space station. So all the writing is really focused on accentuating that, and by saying that you travel through areas by pulling yourself down the corridor by hanging onto the rails. You sit down and lock your feet under the railing at the bar. You clip your magnetic cup down before grabbing a fork that's floating. Like every descriptor has that. So I can just picture every part of this narrative in my head. Like I've envisioned it better than I feel like any game could probably have done it justice as a visual.
Right.
And I mean, that's reading a book, or that's like what your imagination does. But I forget what it's like to have a game do such beautiful and unique storytelling in a setting that I don't think I've really explored a narrative in, that just genuinely feels like I can see all these scenarios playing out. It's
doing it with so little as well. It's literally just like text, images.
That's it.
Yeah.
Very basic.
The
like
music
3D
And
as
model.
some,
well.
like, classic tabletop mechanics, which
Yeah.
is dice roll
Yeah.
mechanics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The music is very Mass Effect 2 Vangelis, kind of like it comes and swells under
Yeah.
like story beats and stuff, and before you realize you're like reading really fast as this like dramatic music is starting to swell behind it. Yeah, it's really good. It's definitely a bit more work. Like it's quite exhausting. I find like reading makes you sleepy. So
Well,
it's like
I tell you what, I found that when I streamed the first one, I was enjoying the game and the writing is beautiful, but it was so hard to stream because you start to read it and you're just like, because you want to read it for the audience rather than reading it in your head. So you even just saying it all out loud is so draining.
Well, I did that on Monday. I was like, I knew that was going to happen. I even said to Will, I'm like, should I just play something dumb and actiony? I'm like, I really want to keep playing this.
Yeah.
And I had to go and like get a glass of water. I'm like, I'm really struggling to narrate all this. But that said, it's just like, it's brilliant writing. All the characters are really lovely. Yeah, and as I said, you live with the consequences of it. I know a lot of people raved about the first game because it had such sort of dire consequences to all the relationships, and people felt really attached and had sort of like, they were torn between a lot of the decisions that played late game. I'm assuming there's a similar kind of stakes are in this game, but for the meantime, I'm just really enjoying getting lost in this world, and again, picturing it in my head and realizing I haven't visually played this game, I've just envisaged it all, which again is not a strange concept by any accounts, but you forget when you play a lot of video games that are beautiful graphics that then you just play something really simple and really moody like this. It's it's refreshing, and I found that just a really nice thing to go to.
Really intrigued by this one because I didn't play the first one either, but it was so well received, and this one has been similarly well received, and really love to dive in. It's like the reading stuff is as you said, like it's not the kind of game I think I would like sit at the computer and play for like 4 hours straight. This would be like a do it
Almost
in
half-hour
little
chunks.
chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like a Steam Deck game. Like I think I'd pop it on the Steam Deck so you can just
I
do
thought
that
that
in bed.
too, and I booted up at work, and I was about
You
3
just get
hours.
so
3 hours. There's not really any
engrossed in it.
downtime either. Like
Right,
like
okay.
there's definitely points where maybe you finish a contract, or there's a break. There's very few breaks in the conversation. It just keeps feeding it to you, and if you're enjoying the writing, which I think is undeniably everyone would, it's very hard to put down. It's like a good book, but it just keeps feeding. It turns the pages for you.
Yeah.
Again, this is not a brand new concept, but just I think the way it's done, the UI, the music in it as well, it's just it was a big surprise, and I've played more of it than I thought I would.
Right.
As well.
That's
So
fascinating. That looks really cool.
Cool.
I feel like I could now go to and play the first one too, and not feel like I understand the systems. I watched a review of the first one too, and was like, it seems pretty much the same UI in most ways. It doesn't look like they've reinvented that, so I feel like that's just another book I could read now.
Right.
Game I could play. I'm mixing them
sweet.
up now. But yeah, that's what I played.
Nice.
Austin?
Yeah, I mean, kind of a similar thing where I did not play the first game of this series, but I've jumped in on the second one and just been swept off my feet. This is Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist. It is a Metroidvania, the sequel / follow-up to the previous game, Ender Lilies, which was a very well-received indie Metroidvania that came out, I think, like a few years ago. It is, I guess, by most standards, a pretty standard Metroidvania in that it's like you've got the interconnected levels. You go somewhere, you hit a barrier. You clearly don't have like the thing to overcome it, so you go explore and find the item or whatever and come back. I think the twist with this one is picture like all the typical power-ups and upgrades that you get in a Metroidvania. But instead of them just being like this upgrade that you get on your character, they are themselves their own characters.
Cool.
So this girl is basically like a young girl. She can't fight by herself, but she can heal all these androids. And the idea is that she's basically going around to all these bosses. Like all the boss fights are these androids that have been like corrupted. They've been driven to madness, and she heals them. And once you heal them, they join your team as one of those Metroidvania power-ups. So this guy, for example, this is kind of like quite early in the game, so it's not too much of a spoiler. But this dude becomes your parry. And every time you parry, this guy like comes out and he does this like massive swing. And on top of that, they're not just like a cosmetic thing. They each have their own sort of like side stories going on. So every time you rest at like a camp to like rest your health or whatever, they often have some sort of like a dialogue conversation with you. And as you accrue this big team of androids that's coming along with you on the journey, they have their own like little discussions with each other. And you're trying to resolve their own like little side stories as you go. Basically how it starts, because I didn't give you footage of how it starts, but she wakes up, this girl, and she has no memory. She doesn't know who she is, except for like a really faint memory of some lady saving her from something before she like crashes down. She wakes up and she's just like surrounded by debris and destruction everywhere, and she just wants to get to the top. And basically, as you're working your way up, you meet all these androids that have their own reasons for wanting to also follow you up there and discover who they are, because they also have very little memory. It is a really beautiful game on like all fronts. Visually, I was really impressed by it. It has this sort of like papercraft diorama aesthetic that it looks kind of weird in the trailers, because they're all sort of like 2D anime sprites, but they're not animated like frame by frame. They're kind of like spline animated, which can kind of make it look cheap, I think, from the trailers. But when playing it, it just feels like exceptionally smooth to play. Like it's really difficult to describe when watching it, but it's just like one of the smoothest Metroidvanias I've played. So this character that she's like fighting with, it's like the first character you save, and she becomes your basic attack. And these robots, like just then I did like a slam down, and that's another robot that I've saved through these boss battles. That owl is like a character I met along the way. And each of them give you some sort of either combat ability or traversal ability. And all the combat abilities have like multiple variations that you can unlock as well to kind of like build into specific play styles. So it's kind of like a Souls-like in that way. You can build toward like melee, range, status effects.
The way that's playing out, because it was hard to picture it when you were describing how a character could come out and do a parry while you're still basically just controlling the one player. But I was like, I wonder if it's like Marvel vs. Capcom-y, kind of like when you do a double team attack or whatever, like they zoom in off map and do it. And it's like, it totally is that. And like, that's the precedent for it that they've just made work beautifally, seamlessly.
It's like that item in Smash Bros. You know, the one where like it brings in a little buddy?
Yeah. Don't remember, but yes, totally.
You know
fighting
about.
like something that ghosts your move.
Yeah.
It seems, and then also like, it's such a, now that I think about it, it's such a clever idea for creating a cast of characters that then, like, let's turn all your abilities into a character, and therefore collecting them doesn't just turn into, you have got double jump. It's like, you have now got a character that is added to your party, and as you mentioned, if there's some RPG, or not even RPG, if there's narrative structure tied to that, and getting to have your double jump talks to your heavy attack. I guess they're not called that, they have names, but...
It's genius to me, because a lot of Metroidvanias I've played have been pretty light on narrative, because... you don't have like regular characters that you're interacting with, because it's so exploration heavy that you like meet someone and then you move on. Whereas here, these guys are following you the entire time.
You got to fall in love with that giant turtle in like 3 scenes.
Exactly. And then he's got an old hag with a bag that sells you stuff. You might find her a little later on, but she's not with you for the adventure.
No, exactly. I don't know, Josh, if you could scroll a bit, there's like you'll see like a scene where everyone's sort of like huddled around the campfire, and they're like, maybe just before that bit.
It's like,
but it's genius to me, because it also makes you excited for each like this, like basically when you're sitting down to rest, they'll just have this little conversation. How cool is this parry dude? He's like this old disgruntled guy, and he's like smokes this little magic fueled cigarette. It's like sick as hell. You can like picture him with
You're
some
right,
New
Austin.
York
Smoking
accent.
is cool.
Finally.
The vibe. Like there is such an aura to this game. Like I love it.
I'd love if the characters took on their actual personas of their abilities a bit too seriously, and it's
Sure.
like, hey, wall dash here. You haven't been really been using that
Yeah.
as much as parry over there.
For sure. The other thing that fascinated me about this was like the world building is incredible. It really reminds me of like a From Software game in that like the main plot is quite, I'd say like simple, but there's a lot of like mysteries, a lot of plot threads that are left unanswered, and it's up to you to go and find like lore notes and stuff to piece together exactly the state of the world. And I just found it so like
I love a
usually-
fucked up sad person just moaning in a
100%.
corner, and you're like, what is that about?
Exactly. And here it's like I'm typically skipping like a lot of lore notes in games. Like I'm
Yeah,
just kind of
sure.
like breezing through it.
Yeah.
Here, like every lore pickup, I'm like reading through because I want to understand like
Is that-
how this world came to be.
Is
Are
that
you gonna
something
Vardy
that
video this?
You know what? I feel like I
You
should
could.
because I'm like, man, I'm so invested in this world.
is that from the start? Like, again, was that an aesthetic thing that you were like, I love what they've created here and it's mysterious? Because it's like,
Yeah.
to want to get into lore of something is, it obviously has a mood about it that you're
Yeah.
like, this isn't just generic fantasy or even dystopian mechanical, you
Yeah.
know, there's a lot of things that you can just throw down into a video game world to make it feel, but it is derivative in that sense. Like,
Totally,
does this
yeah.
actually have a point where you were like, I'm feeling moody or attached to this world?
I think what it was just like the fact that you were thrown in basically knowing nothing.
Yep.
And just as you meet these characters, you just kind of become intrigued by how this world operates and why it's so fucked up.
Well, I guess if they have good explanations rather than, oh, I'm just here because I don't know either.
Pretty
and
much.
What a crazy world. But if
Yeah.
they're actually
or if they
like,
over-explained
Yes.
why they're there, and you've just kind of got the answers, and you're like, all right, moving on.
Yeah.
Whereas here, like, just every new zone you push into, you learn a little bit more about the world, and it addresses like really quite heavy themes. Actually, like there's a section where it's kind of like hinting on, touching on like human trafficking, and
Yeah, wow.
there's basically the whole concept of the game is that like it's not a spoiler, but like all these robots are run by magic, and the magic's kind of going a little haywire or whatever, and it's about like humans abusing that magic and just like doing anything they can to keep this magic running because it fuels their slaves basically, and they start doing more questionable things with the magic. They're like, what if we fuse humans with the robots? What if we fuse animals with the humans using this magic as well? And yeah, this game kind of like touches on all these quite heavy topics, and I just found that really intriguing.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's bold for games to do that instead of just, as I said, going with the generic kind of like,
Yeah.
this. They came up with some cool mechanics, and it's like the rest comes second. Whereas
Sure.
like there's people have clearly developers have thought about a narrative here that's quite thought out and developed and a bit messed up.
I thought it was going to be quite like a standard Metroidvania. I thought it was going to be good, and
Yeah.
I was going to move on because like the Steam reviews is sitting at like 95%. I was like, well, what's this about? Because I'm watching the trailers, I'm like, it looks like quite a standard Metroidvania. But I think it is that like world building and the fact that those characters blend into your upgrades and stuff that really like elevates this to the point where I think this might be like my favorite Metroidvania of all time.
That's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, like, and I feel like you just don't get that.
What was your
from
favorite before this
watching
one?
it.
Because I need to know like your
It was
base level.
probably Ori Will of the Wisps.
Yep, okay.
I think. And actually, Prince of Persia was kind of up there.
The one
So
from
good.
last year,
The
but
one from last
yeah,
year.
Lost
Yeah.
Round, Lost Round.
Yeah.
So good.
I feel like it's really
incredible.
hard to do something different with a Metroidvania
For
these
sure,
days.
it's kind of like a solved formula at this
yeah,
point.
exactly. They've got it right. So to kind of think of something really out of the box like
Yeah.
this and pull it off really well
For sure.
is, of course.
And this is the first game where as soon as I rolled credits, I was like, all right, I'm buying the previous game. I need to see what
Yeah.
this is all
Totally.
about.
I
And
have
the
nothing but
previous
good
game,
things about it.
Yeah, the previous game was well reviewed as well, but I kind of like just missed it at the time.
Yeah.
And playing that, it's similar in a lot of ways. It's like the bosses become your power-ups. They're all each their own characters. But the first game has this sort of like dark fantasy Souls-like aesthetic, whereas this one is more like industrial,
Steampunk
magic-y,
sort of,
yeah. And so even as someone who didn't play the first game, you can jump into this without having played it, and
Yeah.
it's a whole new sort of like, it's in the same universe, same world, but different land.
That's cool. I think like we saw, because we're talking about it being a solved like formula,
Yeah.
making a Metroidvania like this. But since From Software's success, I think that's been the biggest thing we've seen in all these 2D side scrolls is how do I, like Salt and Sanctuary, how do I make a Souls-like 2D side scroller?
Sure.
And maybe the first Ender Lilies was leaning a little bit
was
too
very
much into
exactly,
that.
it was
And now they
very
found their own
soft.
identity, and that stands out now
Yeah.
as something apart from now the Metroidvania Souls-like.
Right.
It's a little more.
I think that's why I might have skipped it when I saw it, because I was like, well, this is clear. It's Metroidvania with a Souls-like. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's the thing. Whereas this one kind of had like a unique spin. It was a bit like Nier Automata a bit.
I was
but
going to say it had that
Um,
vibes, but
yeah.
Nine Souls, did you play any of that?
I did not play Nine Souls, no, but I heard that was fantastic.
That should be
as
the
well.
next one, I think, that
Yeah,
you move on to,
yeah,
because
for
that
sure.
got stellar reviews last year. I love this is the only game that would ruin the narrative with the New Game Plus. You start the game again, and all your characters are like, hi, we're still here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
There's no goals anymore. Yeah, incredible game.
Very cool.
Really beautiful. Easily, I think, my favorite Metroidvania now, just because it's so well rounded. It's so
Totally,
good in
yeah.
like basically every aspect.
I might
so
check that out.
you should.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Peter, you've been playing a multiplayer game with some friends.
I have been. I've been playing The Headliners, which is the latest in 3D Lethal Company likes. Let's put it that way. You play as a team of photojournalists. The world has been invaded by aliens, and we've lost the battle. It's basically all over, but there's a news outlet still left trying to report on how the cities are falling. And you are sent out with a team of stills photographers to go and document what's happening in the cities, come back to the base, and get those photos printed in the paper. And so
The world, everyone's died, but print journalism, that survived.
it'll be the last thing to go. It'll be cockroaches and Murdoch.
Same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So you all you have your home base here up on the top floor of a skyscraper is your base of operations. You all get given a basic camera. You got 10 photos and you go out into the field and start to document the happenings on the street, which there's still survivors down there. There's a bunch of different types of aliens, and the point is to get the best photos. Just jump like halfway through this, Josh. The point is to get the best photos out in the field of the aliens moving around, and you get point multipliers based on catching multiple aliens in the same shots, journalists, them in action, and then you come back to base, get them printed, and a paper will get released. That's how the game is broken out into chapters. There's 12 chapters, and you need to get X amount of points to finish a chapter. So between the four of you, in the first round, you need to get maybe 2,000 points, which you should accomplish in 1 or 2 runs. And you get 3 runs per chapter. So out you go. You're getting hunted by aliens trying to take photos. Limbs are getting torn off. It's all proximity chat, so you're trying to stay close and take photos with each other. Like, there's this monster over here. There's landmines around because the military's already passed through and kind of tried to do their thing. That's I
can, like, hear the scream.
It ran away when you got the
100%.
camera out.
Yeah.
Like, sir,
While
can I
this-
interview you?
While this is going on, unparalleled. And so, if you die, you drop your camera, so the survivors try and pick up your camera to take it back because those photos can still get developed.
Oh, cool.
And then the upgrades, the way that the progression works for your characters. The way the progression works for characters is that you can buy different cameras, so you'll have fewer shots but better multipliers. One with a better zoom lens, one with a big flash on it, so you get everything well lit when you take a photo, or brightly lit when you take a photo.
Is that just like between runs? Or
You get cash by finishing a round, and then you can choose to spend it on the kinds of things that you want to take into the field. But you can lose those if you die out in the field carrying
Yeah,
them and
gotcha.
don't recover them. So things like better cameras, items that'll give you more health, items that'll give you more stamina, items that'll allow you to carry more equipment and gear, traps, different torches, all that kind of like stuff that you'd expect from a Lethal Company style game. But the cameras and the photographs here are what really sing. And that talks to Content Warning, the at least partially Australian game that came out last year, which was about going down and making a 90-second video in the depths of a monster spawn.
Yeah.
And at the end of a run of that, you would watch your 90-second video back, upload it to YouTube, and try and get views. Here, it's you get points, and then you go back to base, and you look at the top 5 rated photos from the trip. So everyone gets to stand around and enjoy what happened on that run. And, because you're trying to get good shots, you're trying to bait interesting things. I mean, you're in the streets with, like, basically Godzilla
so
at points as well, who you can't do anything about.
Cloverfield snap.
Exactly. It's just a whole lot of fun. And, I think photo modes in games are becoming more and more common, and people are really enjoying that. And to be able to do that in, like, a live action photo mode setting is a fun concept for people. So it's a $10 game that is, like, instant fun.
Cool.
From the moment you jump in, you're like, all right, I see what's happening and I'm ready to go out. And
Am I the only one who still finds it kind of magical when a game like this or content warning is like, now let's look at photos someone else took in a game? I'm like, games can't do that.
Yeah.
Or like in content warning when we'd watch the video of all our perspectives stitched together, I was like, games can be amazing, but I look at that and I'm like, what black magic have they used that can go, we can stitch the... it's wild.
Well, like content warning, you could save those videos at the end. In this, you can save any of the photos. They're just JPEGs, right? It's like
of course.
they're saving to your desktop as you go, basically.
Right, okay.
Sick.
And they're just displaying them here on screen.
Good to promote
files.
your game through socials, being like, I'm posting your Wordle,
100%,
post your...
right? Like, you don't think to take a screenshot in every game that you play, but this game is about getting good photos that then you'll want to share on social media and go, I just played this game with these people. Here's the selfie we took at the end in Times Square, or their approximation of Times Square while Godzilla's charging through the background.
Cool. Is there a way to play multiplayer if you don't have friends to play with?
There are public servers. It's only up to 4 players, so you can see if a server is in your region, or you can go global, and you can see how full the server is. So you can join those, or you can have a private server and put a password on everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm really waiting for a game like this, but in, like, VR. I feel like this would be perfect. Like, you've got a little camera, you're running around.
Yeah,
that's so sick.
That's a great point. I fucking hate VR, so I'm not waiting for that version of
That's
this,
the thing.
but this would work really well for sure.
Yeah.
I think
totally.
VR is it just makes you feel too sick. Like,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
people who
fair
don't
enough.
get that sick from it, it only takes a matter of time before you start to feel a bit queasy.
Sure.
Especially running around like that,
The polish in this versus something like Lethal Company, which again was a great game, but was simple in its design and what it was going for. Like, I love that they've gone all out and they've created an apocalyptic city and everything like that. I don't want to look for negative, but like, is there a little bit of charm lost?
There are no negatives.
Well, there was something about the video, like watching that stitched together at the end was so random. Like this, putting more game in it is that has helped it stand apart and feel like a different experience that's not too close to what already exists, I guess, is my question.
Look, I enjoy... I put them all on the same rung of fun.
Different flavors,
Lethal
basically.
Company, Content Warning, this.
Yeah.
I think they're all fantastic experiences. What's the submarine game that we've been playing? Someone in chat will remember. But there's a submarine version, the same kind of thing.
Right.
Any kind of spin on...
Oh, wait, I'm mixing up Lethal Company with Content.
Content Warning is the
Content
video
Warning,
one.
Sorry, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Content Warning had its own design. I think Content Warning actually probably had a more impressive visual design than this. This feels more basic to me, but there's better lighting and stuff for sure. But it's the visual style of Content Warning was so cool.
That was my comparison, sorry. What I was
Yeah.
trying to make that felt a bit random in its, like, what they created the game out of, whereas here, you're a journalist, there's a city, there's a goal, there's that kind of stuff.
Totally.
Like,
The conceit here is way clearer.
yeah.
You understand that you're doing a job, and you understand the function of the thing, and you understand the setting that you're in. Here's a face hugger just jumped on stage. I got attacked
Oh
by
my
that fucking thing.
god. Good photo, though. Great photo.
Oh
my God.
It's just chaos. I think this is actually Reese's perspective. Reese's foot. Yeah, that's me bleeding out. Cool. Yeah, it's
Murky Divers was the one you were
Murky
thinking of.
Divers is what I was like.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nycro. Yeah, they're all brilliant. But I think people jumping into this one would have a clearer understanding of what they're setting out to do, even more than Lethal Company, which was kind of the one that set the precedent that we're experiencing now. Lethal Company was just a bit obscure as a conceit, or just like why am I going into this building and like picking up just junk?
Yeah.
Right.
That would you'd just go and pick up junk and then take it to a monster, and the monster would exchange the junk for cash. And then this is like, oh, I understand the human element of this, so
Yeah.
the rest of it can be weird.
Yep.
Because I understand the basics.
I'd love to see them develop more, and not when I say them, just develop the genre into slightly more, curated experiences, because I think then they can sit hand in hand. Well, alongside.
What do you mean curated experience, though?
So the fact that this one is a narrative in an apocalyptic world, and you're a journalist.
There's
Versus,
no narrative.
Okay, look, hang on. Let me roll it back from the fact that
Yeah.
content warning is you are silly faces in a family home. You get in a diving bell, and you go to a scratchy black and white hospital full of crab people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're making content.
Yeah, I guess the absurdity
doing it for the
of it
vibe.
is like part of the charm.
Of
Yeah,
course. And
yeah.
I'm saying I love that exists, and then something like this, which is like,
sure.
oh, what if you're doing one where you're all, I can't come up with an idea. You're playing a World War One, you're a World War One correspondent running
Yeah.
around the trenches, but you're trying to like interview the
Interview
soldiers.
soldiers.
Or like, just creating like, I love that sort of, it's some semi-passive interaction in these environments that we're so used to being typically gaming environments. I just think it's so clever. And then you add that crazy that you can put photos in games now. And I'm just like, imagine, doing audio recordings on an old little thing to like soldiers or something.
Yeah, but you've got reel to reel, and you've only got like 12 minutes of
Yeah,
tape.
exactly.
So you're like,
Like, you can never have too many of these games because
Totally.
like you get tired of one, and now you've got like more options to jump to
Yeah.
rather than having to. Just, like,
that is
stick to
100% it. I think like because I was worried when you're saying it needs to be deeper. I was like, they shouldn't be challenging games to enter.
Yeah.
You should just be able to go, why don't we check this out, jump in and play for 4 hours one night and be like, let's never play that again. But we had the best 4
And
hours.
you don't want to have to look at like some massive progression tree and be like, well, we got to play like 20 hours of this to finish
Yeah,
it. You know?
yeah.
You want
Also,
it to be like a
confusion
jump.
over proxy chat is just gold. Hearing
Proxy
someone,
chat should be in like every multiplayer game.
Absolutely.
the hell am I meant to be doing?
Yeah.
It's like that level of.
It's just when you hear from like deep behind walls.
Yeah. Very cool.
Nice.
Ruby, why don't you round us out with what you've been playing? It's a little up and coming that some people have been talking about recently.
It's really indie. You guys might not have heard of it before. It's called Fortnite. Otherwise known
Jesus
as
Christ.
Fart Night, which is what me and my
Yes.
friends call it. So I've been playing a fuck ton of Fart Night. I cannot stop. I am deeply obsessed with this game, and I've got a group of friends that I play it with. We play it, I'd say, almost every night.
Wow.
Almost
awesome.
every night. It's like me and my boyfriend and like two of my best friends, my best friend's sister, my younger sister, and then our friend Tom. And then sometimes Josh one day, he's supposed to be joining us eventually, and he will. I believe
Maybe.
it. Did you say maybe?
Are those like Godzilla and King Kong
When they
wearing
put- when they put
Nike
League of
Air
Legends in
Maxes?
here- Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just absurd.
So this game, the at the moment, to be fair, this part of the game has just finished, but we got as much playtime in it as possible, and it had been hinted at for months, and that is that Godzilla was in the game. Obviously, not just as a character that you can play, but as an even bigger character that you can play. And basically how it works is like, you can unlock him as a skin, but then in the Battle Royale rounds and the zero build Battle Royale rounds.
Scrub the footage, Josh.
No. No.
This
You let this character go.
Yeah.
No. I'm not up to that yet, so you're just going to watch it. Okay. And I'm going to talk about Fortnite. Thank you.
No, he said
saying
scrub as in get past the Hatsune
like, get past that,
Miku.
move
Yeah, no,
past
I
it.
edited it like that on purpose.
Oh.
I wanted you guys to get the
Well,
best
here we
of
go.
both worlds.
Okay. Thank you.
We've got a little bit of Fortnite
Tell me
shooting,
about this world.
and then we've got Hatsune Miku, which I'll get to in a second.
No
so
need.
this world is, sorry, just give me a moment. So you start off a round, obviously shooting, going crazy, and then maybe about like 5 or 10 minutes into it, the Godzilla portal opens, and everybody's rushing to get to that portal because the second you get through it, you become Godzilla.
Yeah,
Right,
cool.
okay.
Right? And so being Godzilla, you've got the mouth laser coming out. You can stomp on people. There's a really cool part of it where when you roar, it marks enemies around the map, like close to Godzilla. So not only can you hit them with your laser, but your...
Actually, it's atomic breath. Go on.
But this is like a normal. You battle pass at the
normal
start,
map.
and
Yeah.
then this opens up.
So this is an
your own
event
map.
that
Yeah,
has
cool.
just finished
Sick.
that they did.
Yeah,
as
this
a-
just
I'm
finished.
assuming
It
to
went-
blatantly cross promo with the film. So was this when they did Godzilla and
No, this is a
Kong?
bit after.
It was
Yeah,
quite a
this
bit
is
after
quite a bit
Godzilla and Kong,
It takes
but
a bit, but
Yeah.
like
A little late
it,
on the promo, but sure.
yeah.
it is so much fun to play as Godzilla. The only like obviously you're slow because you're huge,
Yeah.
but you are ridiculously overpowered, and it's like a good strat to be able to like roar and immediately like your party can just see everybody else on the map around Godzilla.
Oh, of course. So sorry, you're not just becoming. You're not doing this in solos or something. It's like you're still. You have teams.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah, right.
you can do it in solos, but like one of the best things to do is do it in squads.
Yeah,
so
yeah, of
one of
course.
you is Godzilla, and then the rest are listening out for that roar. So your enemies will be marked on the field, and then you just go around
Is
shooting
it timed?
Cool.
How long you're Godzilla, or can you die?
Being Godzilla is awesome, but there is another element to it, and if you are
But
not
there's a dark side to it.
if you're not Godzilla and somebody else in the game is, usually you are trying to kill Godzilla. So you have like a
just
timed
misunderstood.
you have a timed HP bar.
Yeah, right, okay.
That goes down over time,
Over
but
time, yeah, okay.
it's quicker once
if
people
you're
start.
taking damage, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess
Yep.
ideally,
Hitting
like,
them
because
every
you are
time,
a skyscraper, anyone around the map can start just pinging you from a distance.
Pretty
A little
much.
bit,
Yeah, right.
Pretty much. So obviously the map's still pretty big. So like there are parts of
Yeah.
the map you can be on where you don't see Godzilla. But it's when you kill, like when you're shooting at Godzilla, you'll have these like crystals that drop off of him, and they can make you do like these kind of like quick jumps everywhere, which is really sick. As well, once Godzilla's fully dead, if you did the most damage to him, you get the Godzilla medallion, which allows you to do those jumps without having to use an item.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually pretty cool seeing like navigating this map from this perspective.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
it's
just
wild.
This giant
Almost like
thing,
a
and everyone just looks like
Godzilla
ants.
eye view.
So I personally would love it when my friends were Godzilla.
Right.
Because I got to see them be Godzilla for
Yeah.
one. And I'd be like, Godzilla is my friend. That's my friend on the map, Godzilla. But then as well as that, when I was Godzilla, I couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
You're so fucking
You take up all
big
the screen.
Right.
that
I see that,
they
yeah.
all just look like ants, which
Yeah.
is why the roar is vital.
Yeah.
Because you can't see anyone unless you're doing that roar or
And
your
Ruby,
friends are pinging them. Yeah.
Austin,
Yeah.
Gus,
Hello.
chat. Hear me out. That's a sexy Godzilla.
Well, that is more
even
of-
sexier when he emotes like sexy dances as well.
Oh,
Because
God.
once you
No
can't
way.
emote when you're big Godzilla,
Okay.
but when you wear the Godzilla skin and you emote, it looks fucking. It doesn't just look fucking hilarious, but you can put him in like Nike Air Maxes as well, and they're huge. Also, Hatsune Miku is in the game, and canonically, Godzilla and Hatsune Miku are best friends.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well,
That's all.
that one was clearly based off the Warner Brothers cinematic universe,
Yes.
which is where you've got the pink dorsals, and that's the one that's been fighting Kong. Not your,
And you've got Kong in this as well.
not your Godzilla
Is there a
minus
giant Kong
one.
to fight
You're
the giant
like, which
Godzilla?
I'm
You
a
don't
bigger fan
fight the
of.
giant Kong.
Yeah, but he's not sexy.
And the
Okay.
giant Kong
Well,
does not fight
I
the
think
giant
original
Godzilla.
Godzilla's sexy.
But at the very start of some game, so I just want to say really quickly how the probability thing worked was that you've got only 20% of matches will have Godzilla show up.
Okay.
And sometimes it'll just show up at random, but then sometimes some matches will start with Kong coming out of a portal and going, and then dropping a bunch of like loot boxes and then fucking off. And
Right, okay.
whenever that happened, you definitely had Godzilla in the game.
Oh, I
So,
see.
yeah.
You've definitely got to go
Look,
there in that game.
while this sounds like we're all like, I think Fortnite still do fucking amazing work with their events and with
Yeah.
their like either cross promotional or timed events. And hopefully, when these ones tend to do well, they can come back because
Yeah.
there's like a popular demand thing. I will briefly just mention that like another big part of Fortnite getting a resurgence at the moment is that they've released sort of Fortnite OG, which is they've gone back and they're re-releasing the season starting. They're on to season 2, but they've gone back and you can play a playlist now where you get the original island, and there are, I think, quality of life updates like the movement system and stuff from where Fortnite is currently.
Yeah.
But for me, I've gone back to play a little bit just because it got ahead of me. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with all the updates and all the crazy, the shit we just saw there. And so you can go back and play an original one, and they are timing the releases of all the updates of like the map developments and the characters in that same monthly release.
Okay, right. I was
So
going
it's like a little-
to say you can't just take Hatsune Miku into that.
I think you can.
No, you
take,
can.
You can take skins in.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of what the island is and like tilted towers disappearing in the crater in the middle,
And
all
now,
that stuff.
now they've got like first-person shooting and sliding and stuff, and that I assume when you go back, you don't have.
No,
I
that.
think
so
the
like the
first
sliding is
person-
back in it. The multi-movement is in
Okay.
it. So those are the ones that I think people would get angry if they got rid
Right,
of.
sure,
So
sure.
it's mainly just an aesthetic thing, and mainly it's like a resetting of the island and stuff. So I've jumped in for a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But some of my favorite stuff was like the Avengers timed events that they
Yeah,
ran, where you
yeah.
similarly
They're really
with Thanos,
impressive every
and you were
time.
like a Godzilla that were like everyone would attack you while you fought everyone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those were amazing. I'm
dude.
hoping they do some of those again.
I think they
sure
just
they-
they just
Or
fucking nail it with like
licensing.
proper like events in seasons. Like I think the last one was kind of like a Mad Max type thing where car combat was ideal. And
Right.
so you would gun to get a car, and then you just be able to give it all these different like upgrades in the grounds to just bash the shit out of each other with these cars. It was awesome.
Yeah, like I feel like we like to meme on Fortnite, but it's always felt like something that I feel like I'm missing out every time I see gameplay of it. I'm like, why aren't I into this?
It's this-
and I've had stints where I've like gotten into it and I've played for like a few hours, or I've played like tens of hours of like a season because I've just been into it and I've got friends playing it at the time. But it's always something that like I look at. I like to meme on it, but it's also quite fascinating what they're able to pull off.
Oh,
with
dude,
that. Like I'm a big Marvel fan, so every
Yeah.
time the Avengers stuff pops up, I'm like,
It's like this.
now I'm gonna get into it again.
It's this horrible rancid reality that Fortnite actually fucking rules.
Also, you can try to hate Fortnite, but Fortnite will have something in it you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have all the IPs, all the
recently,
properties.
I'm the exception to the
Have you
rule.
played Rocket
Are you
Racing?
sure?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
so,
they'll
I'm
get
so
you.
sure.
They'll
I'm so
get you.
sure. I just like
One
it's so
day.
funny. It was the. I always thought I grew up and I had a smartphone pretty quickly. You know, iPhones were around when I was still in high school. Like I was like, there's never going to be anything that the kids are into that I won't get. And Fortnite happened. And I was like, I really just don't fucking get why people like this.
I didn't get it for the
And
longest time.
I've dipped in. I
But-
just think it's so.
For me,
for me
it is going.
It's
into
never
that,
impressed me.
For me, it is going to that slightly more OG pared back version of the game, which is when I adopted it on Switch of all things, because it was clunky. Everyone was playing with, had dodgy controllers, so it was a little easier, and that was an entry point. And I fell off at the second it just started to get a little.
See, people call it, it's like Star Wars is in it, sure.
Yeah.
Master Chief is in it. I love Halo. None of that shit makes Fortnite interesting to me. It's part of how, like, to me, it's just a fucking mess.
It
and
is
has been
messy.
since
It
day
is-
one, because it's like, the Battle Royale wasn't what Fortnite was designed to be.
Yeah.
So it always felt like a mess of a Battle Royale when I could be playing PUBG or something
That's
else,
the thing.
right?
For me, it's the mode. For me, it's the fact that it's still Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And it hasn't evolved a lot.
Well,
and if it was like,
it's
if it was
now-
Halo custom games, and you could play as all of these characters from
Well, that's
all of
what's
these
bad.
IP, but playing all these different modes.
We're
and-
gonna
Yeah,
get
well, the
corrected in
the
chat
creative,
because there's
There's the
creator
creator
hub.
mode. That's,
Yeah, that
there
hub
is.
thing.
We'll get
Yeah.
we'll get corrected in chat because yes, there is that main mode of the battle royale,
Yeah.
but it has done every version since. It has done racing games, relaxing villages,
That's right, it has, hasn't it?
Animal Crossing likes.
it's got
like
Guitar
just
Hero.
it just has death matches in small arenas and stuff. So
Yeah.
technically, if you went in there and that was your one free game and you were playing it, like you
Yeah.
can find something. I agree. It's
the
waiting
Among Us
through,
mode that we played was the best fun I've had
Yeah.
in Fortnite for sure.
but
I think-
it's waiting through a
waiting
lot
for that
of
one
mess
mode.
because it
Yeah.
just has everything
That
in it.
being said, it's for me at least been the easiest battle royale for me to get into.
Yeah.
Because I find it very, very simple. Even when there is new stuff like new items and weapons that get kind of thrown at you. Once you play a few more games and get comfortable with them, you'll find yourself going for those weird ones that only show up for a season, like the masks and shit like that. Having the funny skins is just like a great bonus. But I think a big part of it as well is because it's cross-platform on fucking everything.
Yeah.
It's the easiest game I can play with my friends.
Yeah.
I don't play a lot of multiplayer games, like at all, really.
And like I mentioned, if you are and have, like, if you've been in the age bracket of 10 to 16 over the past 10 years, it has been the most accessible and, you know, as I said, it's on everything. All your friends have it. That's why everyone's playing it.
This
just
is like the new
Oh,
gen,
totally, yeah.
new gen like World of Warcraft, basically. Like this is
Yeah.
what everyone is
Although
playing.
they're not
right
paying,
now.
technically
Yeah.
they're not
Age
paying
bracket.
for it, where we're all paying for it.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
True.
is.
Yeah, they got it free.
Yeah.
They got to beg their
That
parents
was
for
a
money.
joke, right?
What do you mean?
That we all paid for World of Warcraft?
Well, it wasn't.
Everyone fucking pirated that game. You would
couldn't,
get
it was
see-
subscription.
Oh, sorry,
could,
I'm thinking of Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
old I was like, yeah, everyone played Warcraft 3
Right.
because you played the Warcraft 3 mods, and there was everyone was playing Dota, and everyone was playing
Kodo
fucking
tag. I love
TDs,
Kodo.
and
Yeah. Yes, my
everyone was
lord.
playing that shit.
Cool. All right. Well, that was Ruby checking out a little game that you might hear of soon called Fortnite. Chapter 6, Season 1. I played Citizen Sleeper 2, Starwood Vector. Austin, you played Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist.
Yep.
And Peter, you played a little thing called The Headliners.
Sure
Those
did.
are the games we were playing. After this, we're going to play a game, but it's not virtual. It's the other thing.
I feel like the guys I was getting matched with on most dating apps were just not right. Like, these were bad men. So now, after every awful date I have, I just tell them to join Allwood.
From parent IT company Isaac, Allwood is the dating app for the modern woman who's sick of being matched with assholes.
Here's how it works.
Men join thinking it'll be an easy way to hook up. But what they don't realise is there are no women here. Allwood is just dicks. Now these guys will only get matched with people who share their interests. Interests like lying in their profile bios, not calling you back after the first date, and actually being married with kids. Let's hear from some of our unsatisfied customers. Don Juan DeFucco asks,
Where the ladies at?
Biker Balls wants to know,
why do I keep getting matched with jack dudes who send me pictures of their dicks?
and Sisyphean Penis has the self-awareness to ask,
Is this some sort of ironic Grecian myth punishment?
Allwood. There are no women for you to harass here. It's just all wood.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Used to be on television.
Now you're here
Now I'm here.
with us.
Now
You're
I'm
like
here with
television on the computer now.
Yeah, television on the
one's watching
internet.
TV.
It's like TV, but on the internet.
Yeah.
Speaking of the internet. Yes, go on. No, go on.
But I don't have to use Windows Vista, which is what we used at the FEC for a long time. Do you remember they were still using
we
Windows
use
Vista
Vista?
and the
We
edit
did.
machines in the last like 4 or 5
Oh, the
years?
edit machine.
The edits had Vista.
Because we were a little bit of a siloed unit at Good Game. We just put what we wanted on the machine.
I went off
PCs,
the
don't
grid.
remember.
I couldn't handle them. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you were
I
off
had
the
my
grid.
own- my
Everyone's like,
Gmail.
that guy's so off.
You're off
grid
the
right
fucking
now.
chain,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Rebel at the ABC.
He'd be like, hey, Peter, can you take this down to laundry for me?
please, yeah, Peter, take this down, mate. I'm busy.
I was like, that guy doesn't even have a
I said
laundromat.
soy milk psh, in the face. So you got those burns.
Sorry, I'm
That's how you got those
allergic
burns for so long. They took ages to heal.
The soy burns.
The soy burns, yeah.
That's what we used to call you. Soy
Oh,
burns.
soy burns, Peter soy burns.
Peter Soy burns.
The chat.
So your last name is Burns, so it works.
What?
It works really well.
That does check out.
Sorry for burning you.
Look, you
I
know,
said fucking soy milk, Peter.
soy wouldn't even get hot enough to burn.
You can get soy hot.
You can't.
You can get soy
You
hot.
can't.
You
It
don't-
caps out at like 33 degrees
So I get mine up to
Celsius.
63.
This segment is
I'll believe it when I see it. I want to see some hot soy milk.
I'm gonna make it hot and throw it in your face like the old
Like
days.
the old days. That's
Aw.
so reminisce.
Remember we had a TV show?
Welcome back to the show. We saw ads there for Isaac Allwood and socials, and we saw a new word from Dolphin Pants, sharing. I pushed a little lolly in your mouth.
You did while I was streaming.
Yeah.
But you did it so slowly and you crept the lolly round my cheek that it just did not feel like the
How
erotic...
else do you eat a lolly?
How else are you fed an erotic Allen's all
That was
sorts?
a green little baby that I put in your mouth.
It was appreciated, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's just work on the delivery next time. There's a next time.
You gotta lick it next time. So there's a bit of saliva on it.
I don't like hearing about what my dads do.
I want to give someone a pill with like a horse tube. You know, not a dart, not a
right,
dart.
sorry.
You know how you get like the tube, the tube to
They
give
blow
horses
a
pills?
pill down their mouth?
Yeah, because you got to go. It's got a fucking big mouth, right? So you blow the pill to the back of the throat with a tube that's like 8 inches long.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was how they did
Look
it.
up
Horse pill tube.
horse giant cock.
I've been doing it, but I didn't know it was...
Look up, Mister.
I've been going the wrong end.
Don't suck.
Don't suck the giant horse.
Moving on. Well, if you ever come back on the show, there's your audio grab.
Yep.
Good tip.
We've got our quarterly town hall coming
We'll
up.
go there. We sure do.
It's happening on Monday night, everyone. So for those of you at the Gold Pocket Patron tier and above, you can join us for our quarterly town hall meeting. It's an opportunity for you to ask us questions. We answer questions from patrons and speak directly to them about our plans for Back Pocket for the year ahead or the quarter ahead, because it is quarterly. It gives patrons at that tier a chance to have the input on how the show comes together. And there is a link to the Patreon post, which has a Q&A form, which we'll use to answer town hall questions in our town hall, already in the on the Patreon for people at the Gold Pocket tier and above. So that is next Monday night. We'll be doing our quarterly town hall. Please be there.
It looks like work, but it's actually our way of dressing work up as a bit of fun. And it does turn into a kind of interesting little forum that we have. We let people pop up on virtual stages and have their own say. They can critique the show live. It's very, it's actually incredibly helpful. And like, we really do appreciate everyone who comes along to them, but it's also a fun chance to just like hear from you guys, constructive feedback, or just, all of Reese's suggestions.
Maybe scaring people off with the town hall. You should call it like the Back Pocket roast, and people just come on and just full critiques.
Full roast. Why don't you suggest that at our town hall that's coming up this Monday? We should do that. I mean, this town hall, if you want to get roasted, turn up, we'll get you up on stage, and we'll roast you.
Yeah, I will have my gong.
If we check the graphic there, Peter is the owner of the gong. Pete's got a sound effects board that he quite liberally uses. We both start and end the meeting with a gong, and I think there's some extra gongs and fart noises in there as well, just to keep everyone awake.
Keep the mood light.
Keep the mood light. We have fun here.
I've actually added a whole bunch of new sound effects to my soundboard on Discord.
Is one of them?
A bit of
Oh god.
Okay.
It rocks.
See you on Monday.
Come along.
But we do have more show to come. And it's fucking party time.
Pete's party, yeah. It's Pete's party time.
It's a fan favorite. It's Photal Recall.
Hold for applause. Clap, clap, clap.
Just you three.
Oh, okay.
It's my party.
Right,
No one you draw for me. This Photal Recall is sponsored by BMAC. BMAC, the fine film TV critic, has his website, tldrmoviereviews.com. And on that website, he writes full reviews and gives them a star rating, but he also, at the top of every review, puts a TLDR, which is a cute little thing. So you get the star rating and you get the TLDR of the review, and you get to, and there's also,
Too long didn't read. Just
Yes.
checking. Okay.
okay,
You
I
were
got
looking confused.
I got it.
You were looking confused.
The man is he uses memeing as a verb.
That's true, actually.
He's young enough to know what TLDR
He's the
is.
only
true.
one that's been laughing
This
at my
guy's over here
jokes.
talking about meme and shit.
Exactly. I don't send normal messages. They're all
I'm sitting here
acronyms.
Googling what he's talking about while we So I have a TLDR of a film that BMAC has reviewed this year, and I'm going to read that TLDR to you. You're going to identify the film.
Okay.
It is a film that starts out like a sprint, but it may have forgotten it was not that kind of race towards the end.
Ooh. Lovely analogy.
Yeah.
If only we knew the film that it was.
This year is in this 2025 or
This
2020?
year of our Lord 2025.
All right.
Since we had you on
Can you-
last.
Has there even been any movies?
Can you say it again?
Since
It is a film that starts out like a sprint, but it may have forgotten it was not that kind of race towards the end.
Are we thinking, is it quite recent?
It is January 16th, 2025, Year of Our Lord.
Come out this year.
yeah, I'm just like I don't think I've watched a single movie in the cinema yet.
It's I can only think of 2 films, and they're both horror films.
Say one of those.
Is it Amelia Perez?
I'm gonna say the
Wasn't
one
that
that I
horror movie?
haven't. I've seen Nosferatu,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel like that.
No.
Doesn't
So
feel
I'm
like a
gonna
sprint.
go with Companion.
It's not Companion.
All right.
Nosferatu, that sprint at the start.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Oh, what's come out?
Yeah? Nah, I got nothing. We went and saw Nosferatu, that's it.
Chat has it.
They've got it.
Oh,
Oh. Am I allowed to say it? If
You can
they've
say-
said
yeah,
it?
absolutely, please.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
Get the
It
ding.
is not.
yeah.
Whoa.
It's Wolfman.
Okay. Oh.
Wolfman.
Wolfman is
Latest one by
The other horror movie.
the other horror movie. Yeah.
by the guy who did Saw, Invisible Man, Australian director. It's kind
James Wan.
of James Wan. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting
Right.
mixed. It's ambitious, but a little mixed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
A little mix.
It starts, some would say, as a, you know what?
It's a bit of a sprint. So thank you, BMAC, for sponsoring the show, our hero. Photal Recall. Damn it, I didn't bring up that script. Riff a little about Wolfman.
Say film.
Film.
Say it again.
Film.
He does say it like film.
Yeah, he's just film.
Do I?
Oh, yeah, no. Spiceman said in the chat, does Gus also say film?
I'm from Melbourne. Is that what
That's
we
a
do?
bougie Melbourne rich suburb
is.
coming out.
Oh, we're going to the
We're
theatre
to theatre to
to see a film.
The cinema.
I used to work at a cinema, if you didn't know, and that's where we had all the films.
Am I saying camera weird? Camera?
We're off to the talkies, are we? All right, la-di-da, up the town. Hey, doing Pete?
Well done, everyone. In Photal Recall, our challengers must draw iconic video game characters entirely from memory. Each round they'll be given 2 minutes to draw, and at the end of those 2 minutes, I will pick my favorite drawing. The person with the most round wins at the end of the game wins a grand prize of compliments from the other players. So there are some major sequels due to release this year. These characters are all from the predecessors of games that are launching this year.
Ooh.
We're going to
You
kick
went and
things
did a
off with...
category. Theme. Nice. Sorry.
Nice. We're going to kick this off with one that I think you'll all know, but how does it sit in your mind? That's the conceit of this game.
Yep. It is.
Mew from Pokemon. Can we get the clock up, please? 3, 2, 1.
Shit.
Pens to paper.
Is Mew different from Mewtwo?
Correct. Mew is
Shit.
different from Mewtwo. And Mew
Thank you for that clarification. I was about
is
to...
on this list because Pokemon Legends Z to A is launching this year. Despite being one of the most powerful Pokemon in the world, Mew is a very playful and mischievous Pokemon. It can get along with many different humans and Pokemon and will risk its life for its friends. However, Mew is very shy and will only show itself to those pure of heart. It is said that Mew's DNA possesses the genetic composition of every existing Pokemon species, thus allowing it to use all known Pokemon moves and Pokemon's exclusive Z moves, excluding Ultra Necromancer's Z move. Its possession of every Pokemon's DNA also allows it to de-evolve Pokemon, as shown in the trading card game through its moves Devolution Beam and Devo Crush. Gus, I feel like you'll have the smallest chance of knowing what a Mew looks like out of the
Correct.
people on the couch here.
I think I know the Mewtwo, which is the one with the big curly tail. Is that an evolved version of Mew?
No.
Oh.
Mewtwo was made in a lab, man.
Yeah, right.
It's an
So
abomination.
But made from the DNA of Mew.
Yeah, well, and Mew is the DNA has the DNA of all Pokemon.
Yeah.
So Mewtwo.
Getting some good lore facts.
Does it have
right
anything
now
to do
about
with
Pokemon.
mewing?
I don't remember anything.
Sorry.
Is
Chat,
mewing
make
a
sure
thing?
you play along, by the way.
Oh yes, please play along at
If
home.
you've got a pen and paper at home, please draw. The question again.
You sound like
Isn't mewing a thing?
Mewing. Yeah, I think that's
probably not.
Yeah,
I think
no,
probably
when you-
not.
Oh no, it definitely is.
Yeah,
What
when
is
you're
it,
yipping,
Josh?
you can be mewing.
It's the exercising your jaw muscles thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was a.
I thought
fairy
it was
thing.
being coy and sexy.
I can see a Mew happening here, Ruby.
Yeah,
I don't
sorry.
know. Do you know what a
My
Mew
fault.
looks like? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're thinking of your
You got
cat
3
fetish.
seconds.
Gus.
Ready for pens down?
Oh, we never quite put them down.
Pens down, please.
Okay, that one wasn't
Angus.
too
Angus.
Done.
Okay. Well, I'd like to start with the man to my right because I can see a Mew there, and I like to start with pure art.
It's a good compliment. I'm glad you know it's a Mew at
Yeah.
the very least.
So, Austin, show us your Mew.
Oh, that
Very
is a
cute.
Mew.
And what
Hang on,
should
you were-
What should Mew look like?
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
there
pretty
we
damn
go.
close.
Alrighty.
That's pretty damn. What's this line down here?
That's supposed to be like the rest of the tail, because in my mind it had like a fatter tail, but
It's just got a.
it
It's got a
definitely
big
has
paunch.
like a thin tail. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind
It's like
of
its butt.
Yeah.
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 It's actually just a
Damn,
little
we've
chair.
got
It's got like a
good
big
artist
EL.
on this week.
It's sitting on a little chair. That's
All
what it
three of you can draw, which is gonna be a nice. We're gonna
No,
see some nice art. Even
the
when it's
big
wrong,
alien
it'll be
eyes.
nice. That's very cute. I like its
Yeah.
little paws. Its paws
Thank
look like
you.
a quokka.
Yeah, exactly. There you
Yeah.
go. That's exactly what I was going
That's very
for.
good. That's
Very good.
Very good.
Accurate.
Thank you. Yep.
Ruby, shall we?
All right. I think it's this way. So,
Oh my
it's-
God.
it's Mew
Yeah,
mewing.
that's it.
Okay.
So we've
Josh
got
half mentioned what mewing is. You're gonna have to describe
so
it
we've
to
got
me.
the cheekbones getting sucked in here, and like the eyebrows kind of doing a little bit of a rock.
What does
type
mewing
thing.
mean? Can you show me what mewing means?
It's like you put your tongue at the roof of your mouth to make your jaw sharper.
Ruby doesn't need to do it because you've already got like sharp jawline, sharp
Like that?
cheeks,
That's what
right?
he's
So it's
doing.
like
Yeah,
she's
you look great,
constantly
Gus.
You know, so.
Does do like that. Yep, very
That's
cute.
fucking
Yeah.
cute.
Nice.
And I
That
like
is
the
very
scorpion
cute.
tail.
Yeah, because
Yep.
he's got a real big tail.
I like it.
Yeah.
Got
Coming
little
around for
love
stabbing.
hearts too.
Angus,
Well, weirdly enough,
'cause
I
it's cute.
have the big tail. I have the love hearts.
that is weird.
And I've got the big soft eyes, but I've definitely gone more marsupial.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
And by mewing, I
Whoa.
thought mewing was
Now
being-
that's a fatty if I ever saw one.
Well, they always
Whoa.
have like a big thigh, and that's what I was
You're
going
right.
for here.
You're right.
A
You
little
did nail the
shot.
thighs.
Damn, Xiao Shu.
Peter, you like it so much?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And it's given a little. I thought mewing was a little
great.
bit like doing that. For me, mewing was going like, oh, what me? This little
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
So
Look, we saw some accurate mews.
Yep.
That's my favorite.
Hang on,
drawing.
Peter.
Quite comfortably.
Honestly,
What
I'm
was that,
I'm on
Josh?
board.
We
I
have
agree.
one up here from,
Oh, okay.
from Ash.
Lovely, Ashley.
Doesn't look confident.
Oh, he's so proud of it.
let's have a look.
Floating.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love its
Oh
little
my
nose.
God.
Wow.
It looks like an otter.
Oh, it's scary. Why has it got 2 pupils in each eyeball?
That's so
That's so
good.
fucked up.
That is cute.
Weird.
Beautiful.
All right, well done. Round 1.
So
Done.
Peter wants to
Right.
fuck my Mew.
Yeah. That
Oh,
one's,
so
that one's ready to
we're
go.
drawing ones you want to fuck. Okay, good to
Yeah,
know.
worked
right.
that out.
No
You're drawing
stress.
something that I find
No,
entertaining.
Attractive.
Entertaining.
Okay.
I can be
Oh,
entertained
sorry.
by being horny.
Entertaining.
Or I can be entertained by finding something funny.
Oh,
The next
like
one
like
is
Ro-
Lapras.
Or I can be entertained by
like Robbie Williams. Let me entertain you.
like Robbie Williams getting a hand job from that woman that broke into his hotel room.
So erotic.
The monkey?
No, funny.
Wow, we are
Oh,
just
funny.
off the rails.
Round 2. Are we ready?
I guess.
Gus, you're gonna have a chance.
I don't want to see that Robbie Williams film because it feels like the monkey might attack someone at any time.
Oh,
it's
thank
really
God.
unnerving to me.
I
Like mid-song, he's just gonna be like,
that's
Like
what I
that
want.
phone call, the woman was like, "My chimpanzee ripped my face off."
yes.
Yeah,
I wonder if the
Sorry,
hand
where
job
were we?
scene's in it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I
Poor
love a
lady
bit
had
of
to
bestiality.
jump on.
Absolutely, why not?
Power Suit Samus. Your 2 minutes starts now. Now, I'll give you a bit of context to remind you of the Power Suit. It's just her normal suit.
Oh, good. Okay.
Samus Aran's Power Suit, also known as the Normal Suit, is a suit of powered armor designed by the Chozo This term applies to both Samus's Chozo battlesuit Ver. This is version number SA1-4468-VM6-P.
Well, that one.
You guys need to hear that again, just as a reminder? The version number?
Sure.
Austin?
Sure.
Yeah, that's
let's go for
SA1
it. Yep.
dash 4. Do you want to write this down?
Yep, sure.
SA1
Yep.
dash 4468
Yep.
dash, you're going to run out of room.
Yep.
VM6
Yep.
dash P.
Yep.
That's it.
Nice.
You can keep drawing now.
Yep, great. Awesome.
In its basic form without any upgrades, and her suit as a whole, regardless of its current upgrade level. A Chozo, known as Drine, was apparently instrumental in the development of the technology. In the Metroid manga, Mother Brain claimed to be the creator of Samus's original power suit. Two specific models are well known. The first was a suit given to Samus in her teenage years by the Chozo, who raised her. After being attacked by space pirates, Samus lost her ability to summon her suit and was briefly forced to proceed in her Zero suit.
Ooh, I like.
Which we remember well.
We do.
Ruby, have you played? You haven't really played any Metro games, have you? But you know Samus Aran, one of the most iconic video games of characters of time.
I'm drawing from memory, Pete.
Yeah, good. Yep.
It's not a good one.
Fuck.
Gus just instinctively has drawn Zero suit, I assume.
Of course.
Like normal suit.
All I think of.
Is Ash upstairs drawing? No.
No, he is. He absolutely
I
is.
know he is. Yeah, I want to see Ash's as well. Ash isn't in contention to win, or in contest to win a point, because he's shit. But I'd like to see the drawing.
Oh, shit.
That's your time,
Oh,
everyone.
no.
Pens down, please. You can draw for a little bit longer because I made you write out the whole
Okay,
thing.
sure.
You get
Let's go a
another
little
3
bit of
seconds.
a-
3, 2.
Yep.
Everyone else, put your pens down.
Yep.
Pens
Okay.
down, please,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you for obeying the rules. Pens down. 3, 2, 1.
That was too much.
Okay.
Too much.
Oh, man.
Well done. All right. Well, Gus, you won the point last round, so we'll see yours first.
So
please.
I will not win this one because I started and I just got fixated on the pose that Samus does often with like holding the blaster next to them. But then when I got to the lower half, I realized I wasn't going to win any points.
You went to Zero suit
So
from there on?
so I did the Mew bum as well on this one to try and get some points. See, because
Beautiful.
Peter liked the last one so much.
Nice.
So I got the pose.
You got the pose.
Why'd you like the tail?
You got the pose and the helmet.
Because Peter liked the tail, man.
Oh,
I
don't
sure
know.
like the tail.
Oh,
I like
okay.
I like the shiny point on the arse as well, like the glistening.
Yeah, you liked
That's
it
a
last time,
glistening
didn't you?
ass.
So I panicked and put it on this character too.
Very good, very good.
Otherwise, that's the best I could do.
Yeah, nice. I mean, you definitely captured Samus in the torso. And
Look at that bit. That's
Yeah.
hard to draw.
Yeah, it was hard to do.
That
You
thing.
did- It was a little bit Mega Man, maybe. Yeah. A little bit too Mega Man.
All right.
Ruby.
I think I got a rough memory of Samus, but I was also like somewhat listening to what you guys were saying, but also wasn't really fully
Yep.
paying
Can
attention.
you recite the model number for me?
bonus
Chorizo.
points.
So I did her,
I
but
like
with
it.
in her chorizo suit,
Big
Nice.
sausage.
Oh,
and it
very
comes with a
good.
big. It comes with a big chorizo on the
I
back.
like that.
Yeah,
I like
She's
that a lot.
spicy.
And the thumbs up.
Can I get
yeah,
massive
because she
points?
loves
The
chorizo.
midsection, like you've actually nailed that kind
Yeah.
of like the.
Yeah,
like,
the
I
p-
couldn't for the life of me remember that, but you
The,
nailed
the,
that.
the thigh guards kind of like stick up over the hips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Well captured.
Which
yeah.
would be the most inconvenient part of that armor
Oh,
if it
and I
wasn't
got
the
the
sausage
knees
you're carrying
right.
around on the
Yeah.
back.
I
got
got
the knees right. You
right.
nailed the
You
knees.
got some
Yeah,
knee sections,
nailed it.
Yeah.
Maybe my memory is good.
That
like-
waist is snatched, says some
Snatched.
Both of you have got the visors down pat, and I just totally blanked on what a visor looks like.
Oh yeah.
Good.
So she's a little more Big Daddy than she is
Ooh, yeah.
Samus. It's
Oh. And you wrote down the
Oh,
thingy.
Yeah.
bonus points for that.
You're right about Big Daddy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Probably
I was
hulking.
I'm getting some
struggling
Isaac from Dead
with
Space.
The visor. I was like, what
I'm
does
thinking
the
like
visor
Daft
look
Punk.
like?
Yes.
There you
What is this pose?
Cool.
go. Yeah.
And
I don't know. See, when under pressure, I'm like simplest pose possible.
This pose.
go for like
That
an A pose.
she's
But
doing
it's-
the
it's
same
hulking.
stance that Jaden Smith did at the Grammys when he was wearing the big
wearing the-
yeah
I
like
reckon flip
House
it around
Exactly
again.
what I'm
I
going
reckon
for.
that's the pose of being exhausted from being in too many Metroid games.
Exactly right.
That character
Yeah.
looks
Done,
fucking
she's
tired.
tired, she
Just
wants
like
out.
yeah,
She
I'm
wants
out.
out.
is she wearing a bikini?
Well, these are supposed to be like hip joints, but you know
that's
what?
power.
We'll go with bikini
Yeah.
Hip joints.
It's a
we'll try to
power-kini.
appeal
Power-kini.
to Peter's horniness.
It's a Palkini.
That's a breastplate.
Well, I
Oh.
reckon.
Did you guys draw
Oh
one?
yeah, let's see upstairs.
Oh yeah.
That is.
I knew Ruby would love this
You
one.
know what? That's pretty close.
That's amazing.
Why are the toes hanging out on one
I
side?
just want. I really like. This is Ash again, by the way, not me.
I like
Ash
that
is gonna
she's
do all of
holding
them.
a Glock. Like,
Yeah, that is a proper. Let's
No, she's holding a hairdryer.
But it's also.
Sexist Ash.
It kind of it reminds me of that character from Earthbound, like
Yeah.
the
I love-
silver one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this. We got Tomb Raider pointy tits, as
Yeah.
well as
Oh,
ditto eyes. You
yeah.
know, like
Just the
It's
dots
good.
to
As
the
well as
eyes.
it's
Yeah.
so good.
It's
Yeah,
so
that
funny.
visor was definitely a
That
few steps down,
fucking
just
rock.
2 eye holes.
Well, I reckon this is so close that I'm gonna need you to recite the version number of the suit in order to get the point.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not fair.
SA14468VM6P.
Yeah.
You
okay,
only
that's
said-
good.
you only
Is that
told it
correct?
to him.
Correct.
I told it to everyone
I heard
multiple
you read
times.
so.
It was,
I told it to everyone
it was out in the
multiple
open,
times.
Very
Both
good.
of these fantastic.
Thank you.
Gus,
Thank you.
not great.
All right, I'm gonna have to steer away from the
Yeah,
second.
don't rest on your
I want to
laurels.
see the sexy tail on this next one though.
Okay.
This one is probably the hardest one you'll draw today.
Oh dear.
Because it requires knowing a very specific character.
Okay.
There's a game coming out this year called Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh,
and I want you to draw Tommy Vercetti of GTA Vice City, the lead character of GTA Vice City. So Tommy Vercetti was born in Liberty City to an Italian-American family. He helped his father at a printing press as a child. Initially aspiring to an honest life, he fell into crime as a teenager through Sonny Forelli, a mafia boss who eventually made him a member of the Forelli crime gang. In 1971, Sonny, fearing Tommy's growing influence, set him up in a trap that led to Tommy killing 11 men in self-defense. That's a lot of men to kill in self-defense. Arrested for multiple murders, Tommy earned the nickname the Harwood Butcher and served 15 years in prison. Tommy was sent to Vice City by Sonny to oversee a drug deal in 1986. The deal was ambushed, leaving Tommy to recover the lost money and drugs. Cue GTA Vice City. Gus, I know you've played a hell of a lot of this game. So you'll remember some of the kind of the key aspects of this character.
All I remember is flying off a Vespa. I would like drive it way too far.
Well, that sounds like a good Grand Theft Auto drawing to me.
I'm too far down this one. Fuck you.
He's a generic character, but remember this is Grand Theft Auto, so if you can add some, if you don't know what the character looks like to like picture perfect, add some GTA flair. Austin, you played Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Actually, by admission, I actually have never like owned a GTA game. I've
Really?
always played it at friends' houses. Yeah,
GTA
yeah.
was a great game to play at mates' places.
It was. It really was.
It was the can you
Sit
do
down,
this?
get
Can you go
5
do
stars.
this? Yeah.
See if you can get five stars and see how long you can survive, and you get, everyone tracks their time. Ruby, did you play GTA Vice City?
Nope.
Well, you've got the Italian accent down, so
I am drawing something else. I'm drawing
well, you got
something
3
else.
seconds to finish it.
Yep.
2, 1, pens down, please.
We need more time for these, like
Oh
in
my
general.
goodness.
How can I be funny?
Done,
and an
please.
artiste? Sorry, what?
Done, please. Thank you.
Yep.
And the police car.
Done.
The police car. All right.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun with that one at home. Upstairs, did you
Real
finish
art
the Tommy
attack
Vercetti?
energy we got going
Yeah,
here
yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
don't we?
So Ruby, you drew something else. I would like
I
to see
don't
it.
know who Tommy Vercetti is, unfortunately.
He's the lead character of GTA Vice City.
Well,
you not
I know that
listening?
part. I know that part.
Okay.
I always listen. So that part I do know, but I didn't know who he was. And so I thought the next best thing would maybe to go for someone who rhymed with Tommy Vercetti.
It's spaghetti.
So I went
Tommy Spaghetti.
with Mr. Rossetti, who is the man that does not like it when you reset the game in Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Nice.
If
With
he
two
were in
guns.
GTA.
Clever.
If he were in GTA.
if he were in
'cause you have two
GTA.
guns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
Because you
like to
said
combine?
if you're struggling, GTA are fired. So
Yeah.
he gets mad when you reset
Gus,
the game without
Put
saving.
the pen down.
So I thought, there's no guns in Animal Crossing. Why not give him some glizzies?
That is my least favorite thing about Animal Crossing.
Right, no guns?
Yeah.
Give him some glizzies and let him light it up.
Yeah. And he can light it up with his little head-mounted torch as well.
Yeah. So this is Mr. Rossetti.
Is
like
he
it.
really a thing?
Sorry, Mr. Versetti.
Mr.
This was
Versetti.
back in the GameCube days where
Right.
it didn't have autosave.
Right.
So if you restarted your game or the game switched off without you saving, the game would not save your progress, but it would know that you didn't save. So Mr. Rossetti would pop up after you came out of your house and being like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
you meant
In
to
simpler
save.
words.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Austin. Show me
Yeah,
Tommy
I
Vercetti.
didn't exactly remember what he looks like, so I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna go for the most like generic man possible with guns, which is basically GTA.
Yeah.
So but you know what?
I like
did
that,
remember
honestly.
that he
I
had
like
like
him.
some sort of Hawaiian open
Yeah.
shirt sort of thing.
Yeah.
He does have black hair and long pants.
And no
So-
nose or mouth.
No nose or mouth. That's all right. He doesn't need it.
What's the gun
Just
in
the
his
gun.
right hand?
This one?
Yeah.
I
A
want to
sniper?
say it was going for an AK, and then it sort of morphed into a shotty.
Yep.
So it is now
That's something
like
from Destiny,
a
by the looks of it.
action shotgun.
Okay.
I
okay.
think.
I accept
Yeah,
that. I
there
like
you
the
go.
belt buckle as well. Good
Thank
flair.
You. Thank you.
Bit of flavour.
I appreciate that.
Also, are there pants, or is it just no one?
No. They're long pants. They're
Oh,
long
right.
pants.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
Yep, yep,
it's like
beautiful.
yeah.
He could
Yeah.
be nude. He could be half nude.
Uh,
they're long
That would be-
johns.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's long
Very
johns.
in line.
Famously
It's long
wore.
johns. GTA.
Lovely.
Famous
Lovely
long
work.
johns from
And
GTA.
Angus, you had probably the best shot of drawing a Tommy Vercetti.
I did, and what I tried to go for here, and there's no joke in this, I was trying to go for that animation of the sprint from that game, because for me,
Yep.
well, that was technically that and 3 were the ones that
3,
had that
that's
real
amazing,
chunky
yeah.
run
Yep.
that he had when he ran along. So I've gone for
that's
chunky-fisted,
Oh, that's really cute.
like
That's
that
beautiful.
kind of reminds me of the game as best I can.
I
With his
love
little
it
chunky
Great.
run.
because it kind of looks like if they made GTA for Roblox.
Well, I mean, they've done like some cool versions of it since, and like
Yeah.
they've polished the graphics, but he still will always have a chunky fist.
No, I love it.
what
I
it's
love the
going for
chunky
there.
I feel like
fist.
he nailed the
Yeah.
head shape. Doesn't,
That's really
doesn't he have
perfect.
like that sort of like weird trapezoid head?
I wanted to
does,
do
yeah.
the one
They
thing
were
when I
always a
saw
low
it that I
poly head,
realized
yeah.
that's like the big part of it was just the 2 lines on the side.
Yeah.
the age lines that are in the other one as well. But there you go.
Yeah.
No, that's sick.
Very
that's
nice.
So
Can we
good.
see? Can we see Ash's drawing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. Ash, unfortunately, thought he was doing Nico, but this is also not Nico. There he is.
Oh!
Have
Again,
you
wrong
se-
game.
Whoa!
Well, it's a Nico game.
It's a
but-
spitting image.
I like
I've
the
seen this man.
I like the 4 on the neck. You know he's in GTA 4 because he's got a 4 on his neck.
You can't tell the difference between his eyebrows and his moustache.
I just feel like
the
Josh should
same.
keep that on his desk when we occasionally call out to Josh upstairs. He should just
He just puts it in front of his
we're just
face.
like, he
Absolutely.
didn't press the buttons. Oh
Make
god.
that a mark. Amazing,
Very
amazing.
good.
I love all of those. I will give it to Gus because
It's
that
the
is
best one.
that is a
Absolutely.
very
Thank
accurate.
you,
time.
appreciate it.
You should
Well,
frame that.
well
That
done.
looks
They
excellent.
then recently they've just someone's unofficially made the GTA Vice City in the GTA 4 engine.
Yeah,
So
I
it
saw
has
that.
like ragdoll physics and Euphoria, and they Take Two are suing them because they didn't make it without permission. But it looks amazing. It looks really good. It makes me want to.
If Take Two need anything, it's more money.
That's true.
so
That's plenty of
I'm on their side. All right, ready for round 4?
How many rounds in total?
This is gonna be 5.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
This is the second last one. This one is a fan favorite.
Oh fuck.
This is the Death Stranding Bridge Baby. A bridge baby is a 7 months fetus removed via cesarean section from a brain dead mother. A still.
My goodness.
Can you guys please focus on drawing
Sorry,
while I
yeah.
enlighten the audience on Kojima's brilliant work? A still mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and a BB. That's 2 Bs in sequence, granting the operatives the ability to detect BTs, that's a B and then a T in sequence, when physically connected. To function properly, bridge babies are kept in portable pods. There's a little clue for you. Which simulate the conditions of a still mother's womb. as they will cease to function properly if they feel they are not in such a womb. The majority of the BBs are withdrawn from service just after 1 year. Apparently, the maximum time they can be fooled into believing that the capsule they are in is actually a womb.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, Liz Dahlia, who is about to give birth. Austin, you played Death
I
Stranding?
didn't play Death Stranding, actually. No, I've
okay.
learned a lot today.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
So it's from the still mother's womb. Is
Great.
Just want to
excellent.
that. Yeah.
Oh, very Kojima.
Ruby, you've been smiling the whole time because you know exactly what you're doing in this round, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gus, obviously, you're a massive fan of Death Stranding.
I am.
And of Still Mothers.
And anyone? It's very unsettling.
Too easy. Too easy. I'm very much looking forward to seeing this because it's going to be cute. There's going to be just lots of cute drawings, except for the one that comes from upstairs, which is going to be a man who wants to take you bowling with a tattoo on his neck, but in the pod. Maybe. Your time is up.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Pens down, please. Pens down in.
So it's just that little.
3, 2, 1, pens down.
Yep, done.
Okay.
See the regulars? They just like break the rules.
Yeah.
I just have to do a few quick
Unbelievable.
lines.
You should penalise them.
I will
And
penalise
I should
them.
win by
At a film.
At the film.
I will penalise them at the film.
At the cinema.
At the cinema. Well, I'm going to start with yours because it's.
All right.
I've seen it as very sweet.
Okay. All right. Here is mine. I mean, I just went with the brief. I know it's a baby in a pod. And so it's a baby in a pod.
Well, look at its
Is that Guillermo del Toro at the bottom?
No, that's supposed to be little Kojima.
Nothing
Oh.
tell me
There's
about
little
Betty.
Kojima
Yeah.
in there. That is little baby.
Oh,
The Death
go.
Stranding bridge, baby.
There we go.
I mean,
so
it's like it's spot on. It's
See-
super cute. It looks like it comes straight out of Thank Goodness You're Here.
It does.
Like, it is.
Yeah.
It is beautiful art.
the way it's got its arms is kind of like
Yeah.
when cats are being polite
Yeah.
and they've
Yeah,
got
they
like
tuck
their
them
arms
under.
tucked
Yeah.
in.
Very
But
cute.
yeah, I mean, there's
Points
one.
for Kojima.
I wanted to
Another
do a bit
one,
more of
yeah.
a fleshed out Kojima, just like looking
I like that.
proud of the monstrosity he's created.
Yeah.
But you know, it's fine. He's smiling.
It's very nice. It's very
Love
nice.
it.
Thank you,
Very good.
Ruby. Let me see your bridge, baby.
Ruby, let me see your bridge, baby.
The reason why I was doing quick little strokes at the end is because I remembered that the BB is on Norman Reedus, so
yes.
I had to
You drew
quickly
Norman
draw
Reedus quickly.
a body.
Oh my gosh.
But
Oh, what?
it's when he goes.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
doing the
little-
pop.
The thumbs up.
Damn, that's cute. The nose, that's good baby nose.
Yeah, that is
Little pig nose. It's a
like
little bit
it.
Rugrats.
nice.
Very, very cute. There's also some Pip-Boy in that. It might just be the thumbs
Yeah.
up. That's very, very cute.
That is.
There's our merch design.
Yes.
I can draw a baby, no problem.
So I went with the pod. I was focusing on the pod design, then I had to rush the baby. And so
Never
when I-
rush the baby.
Never rush the baby. That's
so
gonna
then
give
when
you
I
a
was halfway through the
hemorrhoid.
baby, I did the top half and I got to the bottom half and I
No, don't do it.
realized that I had to do a little sexy
Oh
bum on
my
the baby.
goodness.
Can you? No, that's disqualified. You're not supposed to draw a sexy bum on a baby.
But then instead
That's
of a
really
tail for
fucked
this one, it's
up.
the umbilical
Babies.
cord.
Oh no, I
Again.
no,
Little-
I kind of want.
That
I
is
think
wild.
But then
that
I ran out of time to draw the
that
baby.
needs to be that needs to be set on fire. I'm sorry.
But it's part of the umbilical cord. It's brilliant.
It's the umbilical
actually
cord.
is
He's
brilliant.
got a little
That
baby butt,
is
but he doesn't
wild.
look. Anyway.
Oh, goodness me. Ash, can you compete with that?
So I contributed in what would you call it? Like in a consultancy sort of a way.
Yeah.
Ash actually did. This is actually Boss Bridge Baby.
I like it.
I love there's a little
Nice.
bit of water missing at the top, like it is at the top.
And the eyebrow,
And the
little.
little fingers? What is wrong with those fingers?
Those are like
Fingers are more than lines.
drawing first hands ever.
Fingers are more than lines.
I don't think they are.
That's so awesome.
That's very good. Can I see them all again, please? They're all very cute. Yeah. Ruby, I think you win this one.
I totally
Thank
do.
you.
Yeah, that's a great
I
baby.
love BB so
That's a great
much.
baby.
The thumb is an element that ties it back
Yeah.
into
You've
the game
drawn
in a
cute
nice way
babies
as well.
before.
I love
you knew
drawing
how she's got little
babies.
Yeah.
elbow
Yeah,
fat
little.
and
Yeah.
everything.
I know how to make a
Nice.
baby look kind of pompous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost
Nice.
broke my rule and gave it to upstairs though.
No, that's so
Because
fair.
that was very
Sorry.
good.
Nightmare Boss Baby, we'll see you now.
Okay. My fingers are lines.
Boss BB.
All right.
Very good.
So just to reiterate, we did Mew because Pokemon Legends Z to A is coming out this year. We did Power Suit Samus because Metroid Prime 4 is meant to be coming out this year. That's to be confirmed, but hopefully. Tommy Vercetti because GTA 6 is coming out this year. Again, I think, they're usually pretty good at hitting their goals, but let's see if that actually happens. Death Stranding 2 is coming out this year, so we saw the bridge, baby. And a little game, this is our final drawing, and our final drawing usually has an extra bit of flair. So I'll give you, the character, but also I'm going to give you the scene that they're in as well. So Sniper Elite Resistance is coming out this year, and I want to see Hitler getting shot in the testicles.
Oh,
Start the timer, please. Hitler getting shot in the testicles. Stop drawing, guys.
sorry.
Now, the possibility that Adolf Hitler had only one testicle has been a fringe subject among historians and academics researching the Nazi leader. The rumor may be an urban myth, possibly originating from the contemporary British military song, Hitler has only got one ball. Hitler's Dr. Erwin Geising and his personal physician Theodor Morell disregarded the idea of Hitler's mono how do you call that? What do you call that? Monarchism? And said that there was nothing wrong with Hitler's testicles. However, Hitler often refused to undress for medical exams. In 1970, the Soviet Union claimed an autopsy showed Hitler was missing a testicle, but the historical accuracy of the report is disputed. In December 2015, it was reported that doctor's notes from Landsberg prison recorded that Hitler had right-sided cryptocism, and on evidence from an enforced medical examination Hitler underwent in 1923. So I guess the jury's still out. Did Hitler have two balls? Did he only have one? Well, we're about to see a drawing of him getting his testicles shot. Gus, have you seen Hitler's testicles?
They're in the Albert Hall.
They're in Albert Hall?
Yeah, haven't you heard the rest of the song?
Oh, well, yeah, sorry, yes. Okay, that's where the ball is. The ball is in Albert Hall. Yeah.
Fuck, Peter.
Ruby.
Yep.
You don't mind the Führer? Right? I've heard you.
Right?
You're distracting me.
I'm not trying to distract you. All I'm saying is that we've had great conversation around the office
You have.
about with you
No.
about how much you love Adolf.
No.
You can't draw Elon. We got 3 seconds left. I want to see some nuts being destroyed, please. I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time because I would love to see testicles rendered in their full glory.
Oh, God.
I'm going to give you another 10 seconds. Ash, did you...
I actually am not sure if we can show this one
Really?
on Twitch.
Interesting.
What, your one in particular?
I
or
think
all of ours?
we should.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm just moving it out of the way. So that
Josh is actually concerned about this.
I am. And
Just show me now and don't show anyone else. Just hold up the camera now.
I can't.
And I'm everyone else close your eyes.
No.
Everyone else close your eyes. And
Listen, you do downstairs first,
Okay.
and then
how do you-
I'll make the judgment call.
All right, it's time to. I'm gonna get you to wrap up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Dear me. Okay. Gus, you had last pen on paper, so I want to see yours first.
There's a lot happening here. So I wanted to not show the actual graphic violence itself. So I've censored it by putting the actual shot behind the podium. So what you're looking at here, if I can hold this up correctly, is
my God.
the sniper
That's fucking good.
You drew all of that
the
in that
sniper
amount
is
of
firing
time?
from the back. Now the sniper,
What's that on the back of the sniper,
sexy
Gus?
bum on the sniper.
right.
He's got his ass sticking out.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
coming down through the podium. The testicle has been shot out here, and
That's a
as you'll notice,
strawberry.
The testicle
Has a
has a
moustache.
cheeky little tash and a Hitler beard on it as well.
Okay.
As he takes a quite comical. I didn't want to give Hitler any sympathy in this. I wanted it to be a real Warner Brothers doink kind of as you get
It's
shot.
like when Elmer Fudd gets a hit.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
You know what's
deserve to take
awesome?
that
Because
hit.
you can't see the legs from the gyat. He kind of just looks like he's getting shot by Quasimodo.
up the back. I was like, quick, put a sexy butt up there for Peter, but it was a very
that's good.
last
That's a good
thing.
sexy butt. And
He
the
says
crowd
like this. I
watching.
like the expression on his face.
Yeah.
He's like full in shock. I
Yeah,
like it.
that was it.
Big
I
eyes.
started drawing. I was like, okay, let's start with the eagle on the pose. What am I doing?
Why? And why do I know this so well? Very, very nice. We'll go around the couches. So, Ruby, can I please see your Hitler getting shot
Mine's
in the
got a little bit
testicle?
of text with it because I do comics and whatnot.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Nice.
we got it here. And he goes, "Oh mein Gott!" And then he says, "Guess you did not see your balls getting blowed up."
Nice.
Yeah.
Why is he in cowboy pants?
It
Because
does look like
He's
he's
ready
wearing
to get
cowboy
down.
pants.
I was stressed and drawing really fast.
Nice.
Very good.
There's a lot of viscera.
Yeah.
You went for a very graphic, bloody.
When he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to cover it up," I didn't.
I showed all the
I wanted to
bits.
see his
I showed
fleeking
all
bullets
the
getting
bits.
balled
Good,
up.
nice.
Very, and oh mein Gott.
Oh
a little
mein
bit of
Gott.
a bit of class.
Yeah.
It's a multilingual piece of art.
Also, Ruby can now take it to the bank that she's not had to draw Hitler on live
Yeah.
internet. Where I was
That's right,
like,
Hitler's on
Yeah.
page.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
Dumb
now you can be
Dumbledore,
taken
I'm
out
like,
of context.
now
Yeah.
I've drawn. Yeah,
You look
great.
like a
Feels like
fanboy.
you're trying to protect someone, but I don't know. Austin, can we? It's my favorite
I
thing
am
in the world
the
to imply.
last person in the entire group that you could do that to.
I don't think so. I just did
He
it to
did
you.
it to me, and I'm the third one on his right. Third right. I'm the third to the.
To the
Go
right.
again. Your turn.
Austin.
Slightly a little bit more graphic, but I needed to get, his pose in. I needed it to be clear what was going on. So
Oh, the
it.
full kidneys.
That's-
the
that's it.
beans, they're out.
There we go. So I
That's
think it's
a
pretty
precise
unmistakable. It is a pretty precise shot.
That
exactly.
tore the sack open
I
and
mean-
severed the vas deferens
Exactly.
to
Wow.
release
I mean-
each testicle.
Exactly. We're talking about Sniper Elite here.
That
so,
is an
you need to
elite
zoom-
sniper shot.
It is an elite sniper shot.
You know what has no
you
resistance? A scrotum.
Correct. Correct.
And the trajectory, it travels onwards, that bullet.
exactly
Yeah,
right.
still going.
That might
There
have
you
done
go.
one of
And
the
they
ones
just
in the
kinda
game
fly
where
up.
you get
In
two
the
soldiers
middle
in
of
one.
a zig
Yep,
aisle.
exactly.
That's when you want to shoot him the most
And
as
that's
well.
my combination of Warner Brothers' face with your pose of boing, like
Yeah,
he's jumped
yeah.
out of a
This
bush.
is Popeye.
That's fucking
True.
That's what
great.
that's
True,
doing.
absolutely.
Who's the creator of Popeye? That's that art. That's lovely.
Now, what about upstairs cancelable offensive
well,
artwork?
apparently
Well-
that might be worth keeping for post show. That's a
I
nice
think
post show
I think we might
Well,
we might save it for post show.
That'll work for post show because if it's your first time catching the segment, hopefully if you guys at home have been drawing some as well, you can jump on the Discord and send them in, and we'll look at them there as well.
Drop
which is
them
always
into the
absolute
creative
joy.
channel on Discord.
Send your Hitlers to our Discord.
Please. It's okay to show Hitler if he's being
Shot in the balls.
like
The balls. Yeah, correct.
painfully injured.
Yeah.
I mean, all excellent renditions of Hitler's balls being shot off. But Austin,
Oh, that's.
Oh, thank you.
I just think like
Thank you.
for the detail on the testicles,
Appreciate that. Just needed to.
it's got to go to you.
Thank
Can
you.
can you
Well done,
please
sir.
show the crowd again?
yeah.
They need
Let's
to
see that.
Yeah,
Boing.
That's him.
it's such a good launch.
It's also like
Striking
he often,
the pose.
He's in a
mid-
pain face, but that's just the face he'd make all the time.
yes,
So-
of course.
True.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he doesn't even realize he's lost them yet.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's great.
There you go. That was, I think it's 2 points for Gus and Austin, a point for Ruby, 0 points for upstairs. So because there were two winners, I'm going to get everyone to compliment each other. I'm going to start with Austin. You're going to compliment Ruby.
Great. Cool. I like your jeans.
Nice. Now, Gus.
Like your jeans too.
Hang
oh,
on. No, no.
all right.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
Hang on. Ruby, can you please compliment Austin?
Your hair is magical.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're
What color is
welcome.
it?
It's black.
Yeah, nice. Ruby, can you please compliment Gus?
Your hair's fine.
That's not a compliment.
It's a 30 Rock reference. God damn it.
Gus, can you please compliment
Yeah,
Austin?
no. I'm gonna do it. Your.
I can do this. Give me
I
time.
can do this. I can
we
do
put 2
this.
minutes on the clock, please?
I can do this.
You've got 2 minutes to think up a
Your
compliment. Starting.
moustache is very full.
That's true.
Stop the clock. We're
Stop the
good.
clock. We did it in 4 seconds. That's a new record.
That is.
Gus, can you please compliment Austin?
This. Fucking loving this.
This one
What
or
is
this
this?
one?
No, the little bling. What am I
Necklace
looking at?
From the girlfriend as well.
What is it?
Birthday present. It's just like a little metal sort of necklace thingy. That just messes my ring. I got a little like
I genuinely.
Their first date was at a car wreckers, and it's a little piece of that car.
Exactly right. There you go. You
Genuinely don't. I can't wear anything around my neck.
Yeah.
I don't look cool, and you look freaking cool wearing that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I wear it fucking everywhere.
Peter,
Pisses
compliment
people off.
Josh.
Wait, you didn't compliment me.
Yeah, Gus, you got to compliment Ruby.
Ruby, I actually really like the Gex shirt. I've liked it from the second.
Yeah!
And then everyone was like, "Oh, the Gex shirt." I'm like, I won't weigh in. I'll save it for later. I really like it.
Thank you.
There you go.
You're brave to wear it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am brave.
Peter, a well-run segment.
Thank you very much. That was Photal Recall.
Wait.
I guess I just didn't get any compliments.
As he queued up the card, I guess I didn't get any compliments. All right, Eeyore up there.
Josh, you're a master of your craft, and you're better at doing that shit than I was.
Josh, you're a good friend,
And
and
I
I
was
love
bloody
you
good at
very
it.
much. And Ash, your drawings were really great.
Josh, your talent scares me.
Ooh.
How's that for a compliment?
Yeah.
And
Josh,
a threat.
like
It's
that.
why he's so. It's why he's so angry every time I get creative.
I'm angry because you open a can of Pepsi before midday. Soda drinks after lunch.
So I mean, we
Mum.
all know this, but Gus has a lot of hangovers from his parents.
Hang-ups.
And he tries to impose them on other adults.
That's true.
And it's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
We'll see you after this ad break.
Then we can all...
It's time for the Game Bran, a new breakfast cereal made for gamers that's packed with enough sugar to send a small Victorian child to the back rooms. Eat up. Jump right back into the boots of Henry in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. He's kind of like if Batman was in 15th century Europe. He is the knight, ye old Batman, whatever. Blood Bar Tycoon puts you in the hustle bustle of a management sim, but with the added twist of running a bar for vampires. I want to suck your bloody Mary, blah. Save a life or two in Ambulance Life, a paramedic simulator, which is a hyper-realistic ambo sim. And if they want to go for true realism, they might even add the ability to go on strike over pay disputes. And finally, Keep Driving is like if Pacific Drive let you pick up hitchhikers that sound like the Swedish chef from Sesame Street. That's the first game plan of the year sorted. Now go forth and game if you know what's good for you.
And now a word from our sponsor.
We got police, the mayor, chief, Weasel News.
Did we take too much water or something? Like what's going on?
We have a problem.
What's the problem, sir?
Asked for this in 24 hours. It's been 36. We have a fire burning out of control. Okay.
I think your clock is wrong, sir. But yeah, we're just filling up the tank and we'll bring it right over.
In my pocket, okay, I have an executive order to seize this vehicle.
I showed them the drawing. You're going to want to see the poster.
What'd you get? Rabbit food. Again? I think mine's still growing. What about you? Cat food.
You blokes want anything from the shops?
Bloody ripper. Bloody unreal. Oh, what the f*** is that? Oh, Struth, this tastes like John Howard's dick. And I'd know. I just threw up in my mouth. I think it tasted better. Where's that cat food? Maybe that'll taste better.
Oh, this is in worse taste than Academy Award-winning actress Scarlett Johansson playing an Asian woman.
Oh, where the f*** did these come from? Oh.
Evil's Pie Boy. The worst Australian taste.
Scotty, come on, come here. Scotty. Come here. Come here.
Oh, good girl.
and we saw a word from Mind of Jack doing a bit of GTA 5 roleplay. Was the word of the day.
Were they were the emergency services in that video.
They were a towing company.
They were the towing company,
Yeah.
not the mayor who turns up in a top hat to tell everyone. I'm like, what is going on?
I
Yeah,
love
it's
a
very
top-hatted mayor. You just know he's the mayor.
Whatever the fuck's going on in those role-playing servers is just wild.
Oh my god, yeah. But they have to play it super seriously.
A serious top-hatted mayor.
You can't be serious with a top hat. You're like a magician. We also saw an ad for the game plan. What? Magicians, they can't be serious.
Illusions aren't serious.
I see Chris Angel and I still laugh.
That was old school game
Mind
plan,
freak. I have a Chris Angel shirt. I should wear that.
Off she goes.
Evil Spy Boy. We saw the Evil's Pie Boy ad.
Got some compliments in the chat
Lots
about my
of
legs sticking out. I was in
Oh,
shorts.
hey, you got great legs.
It's too
There
late
you
now.
go.
The time has run out.
Nice.
Okay, compliment rescinded.
That hurts too.
Can we put
Yeah.
the legs, put
Feels
the legs
worse,
on
doesn't it?
screen for comparison? No?
The what, sorry?
We can't put the legs on screen.
Can we get the legs back up on screen?
Yeah, can we
please?
get them back,
Screen
can we
job.
get them back on screen?
Give me a second.
We'll see you later.
Okay,
on.
well,
sorry,
we also
John.
saw
Extra
Extra work.
shorts. Yeah.
we also saw the game plan, where a bunch of games came out.
Potentially the last time you'll ever see it there.
Potentially, if you know, well, maybe we'll talk about it in town hall. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Good reason to be at the gold tier of the Pocketeer patron.
We'll roast you.
Yes.
Yeah, or you'll roast us. Maybe, I don't know. Evil's
That's
Pie Boy.
Scotty.
Oh, we did good location scouting for that. We had an alley behind our old office.
There are
There's
the legs.
Lovely.
Look at them
Beautiful.
pins.
Bit of shorts action.
Skip leg day every day.
We've also
It's also the. Can we get back to it one more time?
The beard makes
It's
me
because
look
you got
beard.
you really
You look
heavily
like a
weighted
lump-
to the
full
top of
lump
you
of-
right now because of how much hair is
There's
on
a
your
lot
head.
happening
So
on
It
much
makes your
hair.
legs look skinnier. That's the trick to having
I
skinny
miss
legs.
being that hairy, but I don't want to go back. It's so
Yeah,
much
it's
work
not
and
bad.
heat and ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also saw nothing else actually.
Saw nothing else.
We saw nothing else, just legs. But we also take this opportunity to shout out our returning business pocketeer, Burry Burry.
Hey.
Burry Burry is an Australian IP lawyer with a passion for working with indie developers. Her work involves assisting game developers and creatives with protecting their IP, securing screen agency funding, and negotiating with publishers. Whoa! Whoa! And I feel really bad because I got a message from Burry Burry letting me know that we forgot to put .au at the end, which is...
So for context, Justin, last week I just slapped the email up.
Yep,
We'll get
gotcha.
it right next week. Last week I put the email up and it was
Yeah.
just like a little banner in the corner and they were like, that's the least impressive way you could put an email on a screen. So I changed it.
You
Now
did
I
that.
find out that it's .au.
It is
You're so close.
completely my fault, but also makes this 5 times fucking funnier.
Oh my god.
Oh, so if you're a working game dev that finds the legal side of the industry to be a bit of a blur and you want to make sure you're getting the most out of your deals with the big dogs, you can email her at bfrancis@tglaw.com.au.
.au, everyone.
I'm so
Simply
sorry,
add
Burry
a
Burry.
.au.
I'll fix it for next week.
.au.
I love an ever-evolving media card.
Oh, yeah.
But like
Yeah.
the fact that I'll just keep putting this together with sticky tape, I'm like,
Oh,
we'll get there.
please,
We'll get there.
please make it a sticky taped little
Just
like,
100%. Yeah.
like
Done.
a post-it note just on
Yeah.
the side.
Brewery is a loyal patron and a wonderful business owner, and they get sticky tape on their next updated card. I'll fix it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Got any questions about IP law? They are the person to talk to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Just remember the .au.
Oh, UP law, IP piss. Come on,
But it doesn't make sense.
come on.
You don't get to
Come
say.
on.
It was like the
lost.
thing
I'm
last
so
time. Is this
lost.
anything? And it wasn't anything.
That's something.
Also, the instant. Come on, please.
Come on,
please.
give me something.
No.
Give me.
No.
UPI. Did you say UPI?
Yeah, because you said IP law, and so I said IP piss.
Oh, I see. That's very clever.
Thank
Oh, I like
you.
that. Thank you.
I
There
got
you go.
something.
An
Okay, just leave me hanging,
IP
it's all right.
address.
Next segment. Next
Oh.
segment.
That was something.
It's lightly steamed, baby. Ooh. Ooh.
I feel like he's cold.
Yeah. Who do people
Which
shake?
actually happens when you get hyperthermia. When you overheat, you start to feel really cold. Like you
It's still
can get to
going.
that level. Still going.
Really?
Yeah, you can start to feel like cold, and it's a sign that you've completely overheated your body.
Whoa.
Yeah, so technically that's true. Don't stay out of the sauna, kids.
We love a fun fact from Gus.
That might not be well researched.
Oh,
kids, do your own
we
research.
love a fun but maybe wrong fact from Gus. This is lightly steamed, and it's brought to us by Dump Days. And for Dump Days, sponsored sponsored
Spaghetti.
for
Forget about it.
for
Tommy was saying about
SpongeBob
it.
for Dump Days sponsored segment.
Mm-hmm.
We grab one of his many comics and perform it panel by panel. So, Josh, have you got one for us today?
We do.
The artiste that is Dump Days.
Gus, you're White Rat. Pete, you're Austin, you're Grey Rat, and Pete, you're Dead Bird.
Okay.
So you read that line.
Take it away.
Dead birds tell no wag tales. What's the situation, detective?
A male willy wagtail, apparently drowned, though only his face was submerged.
Peter?
Well, it looks to me like he wet his beak.
I wish I have the
Caruso
sound
mouse.
effect. I don't have the sound effect, but yeah.
That's
Gus
see,
did
you
it.
did it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
you
nailed
did
it.
it.
Ben
Yeah.
two scream I
You
had.
did good. You did good.
So the concept is two small detective marsupials in a wetland, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a genius, Tom.
Love it. Love
where
it.
your mind goes with these ones.
Well, he works in
Fantastic.
environmental science.
That's
which is a lot of the inspiration for a lot of his comics.
There it
Oh, I
is.
love that.
Yeah.
Well, we can't get enough of Necrotex's great games from the holiday break of Pocket Pals. So we're doing another one on the show tonight called Lightly Steamed.
Did you guys play this one? Josh and I played this one in our
I've
one.
played this. We've played this on
but
Back
not in the
Pocket
last
before.
season that you just had. The last
I've
episode.
never played it though, so I'm
And
running.
you never
it.
will because you're running it this time.
Exactly. So how it works is I will read out a series of Steam reviews for a game. I start by reading a very vague one, and then each review I read after makes the game clearer. The first person to guess the game correctly wins the point. But if you guess wrong in that round, you're out for the round, and you can only guess again in the next one.
When the
Chat
next
play at
review
home.
comes up.
Josh disable chat, perhaps, if that's okay.
Yeah,
See
that's
if
worth
this
doing.
button still works.
Yep,
That
that
does.
works.
Is this sauna music I hear?
What is
Fantastic.
sauna
It's
Saunas
the
have music?
it's
It's
the
just
track
a
that you
It's just
specifically
like
gave me
old
earlier,
Finnish
Gus.
men going.
Take it away, Ruby.
So all these games came out quite recently. I'll give you
Okay.
that.
Okay.
They're new release games.
Okay.
We
Just
should
give
all
me
just be
one
in
sec,
towels
Ruby.
for this.
That's a good idea.
We've got two
Good
towels
idea. We could do a
upstairs,
sauna one. Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can be naked, so we can see more of your legs.
Next, if this goes up, this goes well. Next time we get to wear towels.
we get to.
Yeah.
As like as a reward.
Yeah.
A bit more
All right,
free,
we're
a bit
ready.
more
It's like a
airy.
reward.
Yeah.
Are you
All right,
ready?
Yeah.
Let's
Yep.
do it.
All right. Our first review comes from Thunder Muffin. 8.6 hours played. What's this? A game that's actually polished and in a playable state on launch day? Well, I've never. It's also good fun. I seriously recommend it.
8.6 hours, playable on launch.
It's quite. I don't know. It's quite vague.
It is. It's super vague.
Playable on launch.
I'm gonna say it is.
You don't
Pal
have to
World.
guess right now.
Yeah, I know, but I
Yeah.
can
But
guess
you'll
when the
get a
next
guess.
review
I
comes
guess.
up.
Wrong.
Oh, I thought that's how we. That's what was discussed today, wasn't it? That we can guess on the next review.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a different way. Okay, well, no.
Yeah.
As in, we all get one guess at this.
You can
one?
have a stab if you
Yeah.
want.
I'm gonna have a stab. I'm gonna say it's Marvel Rivals.
Wrong.
I'm gonna go a little left to center and say, is it Stalker?
Wrong.
I know it wasn't, but I
Yeah.
just thought maybe
Yeah, okay.
that's where it was going. All right.
All right. Next one, review 2. This comes from 69 for Heme Time with 8.2 hours played. Imagine the first game, but with more funding and time to develop.
Another 8 hour.
8 hours is
Peter?
a long time.
I'm going to say Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because it's very new. It would be topical.
That's correct.
Hey!
So how do we
Worth
want to
listening
go
to.
through the other ones, or do
Other
we just
reviews?
go right next to the next game?
We can just go. Well, how many is that worth any points?
That is worth a point.
How many points do I get?
You get 1.
Why? We changed this game in a weird way. It used to get more points if you guessed early because they got less obscure.
That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'll take 8 points for that, I think.
You know what?
Sure.
Chat,
You know
can
what?
you keep track?
Yeah.
8 points for me.
First one gets you 10 points, second one 8 points, third one 6 points, and the fourth one 4.
1 point.
Why wouldn't you just go 4, 3, 2, 1? That's what I'm thinking.
Because he
in my
said
head.
8, so now I'm
all right,
confused.
We're just gonna double all the numbers because why not? You know.
All right, so Pete's on 8. Pete's on 8
Probably roll.
points.
Is that other pockety okay? No one's checked on him for a while.
Yeah, he's been
All right.
unconscious.
Yeah.
Let's go with
He
the
needs to go in
next
the ice
one. This one comes from Small Waffle with 0.5 hours played.
30 minutes in.
30 minutes in.
That's so good.
30 minutes in. Pretty good.
That's excellent.
I mean, and very accurate to be
Yeah.
on the 0.5 hours recorded and be say 30 minutes in.
Oh, it's
he hasn't played
recommended.
any more, any less. He literally clocked out.
I recommend
30
this.
minutes.
30 minutes in.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
And pretty recent, you'd say, as the game has come out? Oh, man, I'm just struggling to think of stuff.
What do you think was good 30 minutes in?
Yeah. Something short. You get a sense of it
No.
straight away.
Okay, she's giving away clues.
Civilization 6.
I've got nothing.
No.
No. I'm going to pass.
I'm gonna need a new clue.
I feel like the trouble is there's not been a lot released in January that I can think of.
Especially not.
Or February.
On Steam.
Next review.
Next review.
Yeah.
What's the next review?
Not recommended. Roston with 2.5 hours says, too many changes from what was the core bleep gameplay. Unless you like the newer style bleep games out there, this isn't for you. Hopefully a new company takes the old bleep 1 to 5 gameplay and makes something with a modern engine.
It is Civ 6.
Another game lost to the test of time.
2.5 hours played.
But number 6 in the series? Or at least 1 to 5 are good, and this is after number 5.
I'm going to go...
Is it a Final Fantasy remake?
No.
Ah,
I'm
crap.
going to give another hint and say these are pre-released reviews.
This game isn't out.
Oh.
Officially.
Oh, but there's Steam reviews.
Okay,
up, so
I'm
it's Steam
gonna
access.
take a stab. I'm gonna take a stab and say this is. Well, how can they have 2.5 hours? I reckon. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Nah.
I'm gonna say Armored Core 6 because there's that just came out, but it's been out for a year.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Not recommended. Drythelm with 0.4 hours played. No England or any leaders from the Isles? And how does Charlemagne become Norman? It's a joke.
Oh my god.
Wait, is it Kingdom? No. What the fuck?
It's
No
not
England
Civ.
in
It's not
Kingdom.
Civ, and it's not Kingdom Come.
So Anno.
No.
Damn it.
Do you want to go to the last one?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I
You
guess
sound
this is-
so excited. So
Yeah.
I'm.
All right. Recommended with 0.3 hours from
Civ.
Bongo Beats. Civ. What do you-
Tropico.
That's great.
Tropico.
You guess Civilization 6?
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Well, 7. Yeah.
Yep, correct. It was
Chat's losing their
Civilization
minds.
7.
See.
The second you get said 6, I'm like... Civilization 7 with a glowing
Gotcha.
review of Civ.
Civ. I mean,
Well,
checks
that's what
out.
you want.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's all you want out of it.
All right, this next one from DJ Sab, 17.6 hours played. This is quite literally everything I've ever wanted in a game.
Infinity Nikki.
Infinity Nikki. Infinity Nikki. Is that?
What's the... There we go.
What's the one with the
What's the one where it sounds like wrong?
Austin, what was that?
Is this Sex Divers? I don't know if you.
What?
There is a
Excuse me.
Helldivers spoof game that came out that is Helldivers with sex in it.
A spoof
That is
game.
not my official guess. 17 hours
Peter
of
has to go
Sex
play
Divers.
something.
Where are you going?
Download has started.
17 hours of Sex Divers would be quite unhealthy.
Yeah.
No.
I can't last 17.6 seconds.
Hey.
You do really bad at sex typers.
Infinity
I'm gonna
Nikki.
say
What are we talking about?
go on to the next one.
Yeah,
But
let's go to the
you'd be
next
right
review.
in saying Infinity Nikki is everything that anybody wants in a game.
And sex divers.
This is true.
You know?
Next review comes from Not Sage with 1.7 hours.
Beep, Gus.
I don't. Sorry, can I do it real quick?
Yeah.
I don't play World of Warcraft.
I say Hello Kitty Island
Adventure.
That's correct.
Good review.
Oh, it is the best
Right.
game ever made. Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
I've heard it's unironically very good.
Dude, I was on it since it came out on Apple Arcade.
Right.
So
It
because it was on
fucks.
Apple Arcade,
Yeah.
I went to Switch Store and it was like $60 or whatever
Yeah.
it is. I was like,
Yeah,
no
right, that's
way.
pretty
I
steep.
just thought it was free.
It's
Right.
better on Apple Arcade.
Right.
There you go.
But it's on PC.
But it's on PC.
There you go.
That's right now.
All right. Not recommended from Deja Vu. Oh, can we get the next review up? There we go. Not recommended from Deja Vu with 0.6 hours. Klapaucius only works in games. Sad face crying. No improvements. No nothing. Does not worth it. And it's too expensive.
Beep.
Yes?
Stalker?
No.
Okay. I don't know who Klapaucius is.
No, neither.
It's, I figured that one would be a
Sounds
bit of
like
a head scratcher.
an evil Santa. No, that's
Yeah, that's Krampus.
Krampus. Yes.
I
of
like
course.
the does not worth it. and
That's
it's
not
too
worth it.
expensive.
Yeah, I mean, this reads like a ... a review by Axeman.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does.
This game is too essy.
Oh, you press this one button the entire time. Nothing from me.
No.
All right,
Moving
let's
on.
go to the next one. Magda does not recommend with 0.2 hours played. Who the hell ports a 2000 game and doesn't even scale the UI to modern resolutions? It's impossible to play like this. What came out in 2000?
It's the
Ooh, a
it's the
recent
one with the sexy dude traveling between worlds. I don't know. Everyone thinks those games are like cult classics, and I've like barely even heard of them.
Oh, yes.
I
I
don't
know
know
what
what
it
you're
is,
talking about.
and I will make the guess. Is it Legacy of Kain Soul
That's what I was
Reaver?
talking about.
No, I'm
It's
so
not.
sorry.
I described it
It's
that well.
not.
You
though.
did. I knew exactly what you were going on about. Damn.
Are we moving on?
Let's move on. Recommended by Gelly with 8.4 hours played. It has been great reliving my childhood with playing this classic. I was obsessed as a child and I'm just as obsessed now, lol. The game runs well and I've been lucky to not experience any bugs or crashes so far. I do wish they had done more than just re-release it, like improve the AI, add some quality of life, maybe some new objects,
Habbo
etc.
Hotel.
No.
That got re-released, didn't
But
it?
I feel like you're getting close.
Neopets.
No.
I'm just saying things.
I got nothing.
Oh, I get another guess?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought... Oh, there was one at the top of my mind, and now it's...
Club Penguin.
Was it Legacy of Kain?
No, it was not. Wasn't there... There was something else that came out?
2000 remaster. This music is definitely like sneaking to go in.
No, is it Ninja Gaiden? The new one?
No.
Ninja Gaiden Black.
You're way
Yeah.
off. I'm so sorry. All right, last review. Review 4. Recommended by Sanderkip, 4.9 hours played. This game traumatized me. One night, back in 2000, I was playing Bleep. Then suddenly, a scary sound. It was the burglar. He robbed my blanks of all they held dear. Since then, every night feels different. I'm scared of the future. I wake up in cold sweats thinking, what if the burglar comes to take me away? Be careful when you start this game. It might change your life.
The Sims 2 got re-released, didn't it? Or one of the Sims.
I'm going to give it to you. It's the Sims Legacy Collection.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So it was The Sims.
There you go.
Yes,
Wow.
it is
Collection.
getting bad reviews.
Bad.
Right.
I mean,
The port's not
just
good?
buggy,
Well,
and
clearly
the
not.
UI, apparently the UI is kind of bung.
Right.
Man, Sims 2 I played so much of.
Yeah, it
Wild.
rocks. I love Sims 2. All right, the final one.
What are the scores?
Travel 140. 95.4 hours played. Fun game.
I like the opposite when it's a review with like hundreds of hours and they
it's
just
like,
write
Yeah.
bad
bad
game.
game.
Fun
Yeah,
game.
yeah. It's like,
I don't want to ruin this.
Oh.
The Latro?
Wrong.
Oh, that was a good guess.
Here's a very fun game.
How are we feeling?
The scores are currently Pete 14, Gus 8, Austin 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still anyone's lightly
it's-
seen.
yeah.
Let's go to the next
you get
one.
eight
Well,
points
actually,
from this.
this one's worth
You wanna
15
guess?
points.
Go ahead.
Marvel Rivals, this one.
You'd be correct.
Oh, shit! All that research.
Nice work.
But I'd like to just go through.
Yeah, no, let's go through these.
Our
Yeah,
next
I wanna go
review
through them.
was Plasma Storm with 56.9 hours. Fun. Our next review from HK 2013-19520.
It's fun at 3.5 hours. Or
It's
100
fun.
hours?
That's great.
Next one from K Scott 7, 52.7 hours. A lot of fun and free.
So we would have
and
known
then-
it was fun and free.
Great.
This one's actually my favorite one. Mew Maoyan with 8 hours says, it's hard to play Venom with one hand when his caked up gyat is all over my screen.
That's
Gyat is a butt,
beautiful.
right?
I'm
Gyat's a
assuming
butt.
so.
And being caked up means it's like juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct, Peter.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Take it down.
Take it
was
down.
Marvel
Was
Rivals.
Was I memeing?
There it is.
What do you mean?
There it
Was
is.
I memeing just now?
Pete, there-
Hey!
you like a sexy butt tonight.
They give it
Marvel
right to
Rivals.
you.
Nothing can rival that. Was that the
Thank
last
you so much. That was the
Well
last
done.
one.
We did it.
That
Like
was the
what?
last one. They fly by though. I'm gonna do more next time.
Yeah, we can get a few more.
Yeah, because I think
Nice.
we were worried that they would take too long, but
Right.
I think
Potentially, we're too good at it.
Or the reviewers are so
Concise.
like just really, just spot on with their critique. So
fun.
it's easy to identify.
It's fun.
Fun. It's
I think
fun.
an interesting version of it would be like any game, but it's like you can see a picture of the game and also a picture of the reviews, and you've got to match the reviews with the game.
Ooh.
No,
Matchy
I was like,
matchy.
ooh.
I'm an ideas
Nick
guy.
Belling, take note and do that for us.
No, I'm writing that down.
That was fun because that was
Cool.
lightly steamed.
The arse.
He looks
We
cold.
like it.
Well, I like to think that
Is it two
that's,
Maybe
separate
it's because the
people, or
blue's
is it
just
the
a bit
one?
darker.
that's the butt one getting
That's
up
the-
finally. The one who's lying
Right,
down.
right.
Oh,
So they are actually
Yeah.
okay, guys. Everything's okay.
we made it.
We did make it because that is now officially the end of the episode. Thank you for sticking with us and thank you for watching the whole episode of Back Pocket. Coming up next is the post show. Austin, dare you stick around with us?
Yeah, I'll stick around for a bit.
I hear you have free time on your hands.
I do have free time.
Excellent.
Yes, I'm down.
Well, do join us for the post show. The post show is where we take questions from the Discord, which you can post in there now if you've got access to that. We're also going to look through some of the creative and hopefully have a look at some of your submissions to Photal Recall. Did you draw Hitler's ball? Let's have a look. I've gone very play school there.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at yours.
Let's have a look through the Hitler's testicle window.
Jesus Christ. That is just an example of one of the creative.
Let's go.
You said it.
That is fantastic.
That's just a direct
I will
quote.
no longer have
Yeah.
a platform. I'll be booted off the internet.
Josh, who can we thank for that?
Hey,
Bit of work.
if,
That's Dolphin Pants.
if Anya Taylor-Joy can be pictured having cigarettes and she's still in movies, you'll be right.
True, absolutely.
To get access, you need to join the gold tier of the Patreon, and that's where you will get access to the post show. You will also get access to all the bonus content that we release in the past, present, and in the future. That'll include things like the playbacks. We need to get on working on some of those this year, and all the extra bonus content we do as well as that quarterly town hall that is coming up this Monday. As a reminder, let's see the card one more time. We're going to get you guys all to join us on Discord. It gets loose, it gets weird.
Which card? I wasn't paying attention. I'm getting stuff ready,
If some of your
guys.
feedback is
Town
Josh
hall.
should pay more attention, please join us at the quarterly
Town
town hall
hall.
and tell us that because we'd love to know. But yeah, we usually pour a glass of wine and we all dial in from home and join that. It's a heap of fun. So come along for the quarterly town hall on Monday. Give us the feedback. And that is it. Chat's back up. Nice to see you guys here. That is the show. That is all the segments. Austin, thank you so much for joining us again.
No worries. Thanks for having me again.
Where can the lovely people at home see you, find you, see anything you're working on at the moment? Want to plug something? Now's the time.
I got nothing to plug really. I do reviews on the SkillUp YouTube channel. That's about all I really need to plug.
What are
all my
you
work's on there.
perchance reviewing now?
Well, actually, the full Ender Magnolia review should be up later this week.
Oh, awesome.
There's that.
There it is.
And I don't know what I'm working on next, so that's going to be a fun surprise.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
Just
bringing.
try Hello Kitty Island.
You know what?
Adventure.
It would be a pretty interesting venture.
Yeah.
Jump
Yeah.
between that and we'll do Monster Hunter Wilds. Be wild
Yep.
mixes between both
Exactly
games.
right, yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on.
No
And
worries.
as I said, sticking around for the post show. So we'll see you back there as well. That is our show for the week. Thank you so much for watching. For everyone for tuning in back at home. Especially thanks to those of you who support us on Patreon. You can head over to backpocket.gg to to links to everything that we work on, everything we do, and that has links to the Patreon. Head back there. As I said, there's updates regularly. Blair chucks up the full report on there of everything we're working on and that you have access to. And then again, join the Discord community. Get in there, meet some fun friends, talk about us, talk about games, talk about planning your own game sessions that we might just turn up in randomly. I've always thought about doing that. I see them all playing in the Discord. I'm like, I'm just going to jump in there.
That'll be Halo Wednesdays.
That'll be Halo Wednesdays.
Still
Are they
going
happening
strong.
again this year?
They haven't stopped. I stopped playing Halo 6 months ago.
All right, so they're still going on.
Halo is still truly alive in the back
I've got
pocket.
to join in on that.
Have you been playing Infinite?
I was big on it.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Jump in for a cameo.
Hell yeah, I need to
Just do a
join
random cameo on a
I think the
Wednesday.
problem was
Every
I had no
Wednesday
one
night.
else playing
Every Wednesday
Infinite.
night. Sick. Come across it. Yeah. It is.
Uh,
I'm just about ready to dive back in. I've been on hiatus for some time.
Yeah, likewise.
Nice. Also, links to our socials as well. Everything we do, Back Pocket Vids on Discord. Not Discord. On TikTok, on Instagram, and that's it.
Oh, we're on X, baby.
Are we on X still?
Yeah, baby.
I didn't want to say it. Yeah.
And Blue Sky, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're on Blue Sky.
Oh, we're on Blue Sky.
We're on a bit of both.
True.
Excellent. Cool. Until next week, we'll catch you guys all then. We'll go around the horn and say goodbye. Peter, say goodbye. Austin, do better than that. Ruby, twice the energy. I'll say goodbye as well. That's the episode. We're going to back it out. We'll see you guys in the post show. Come join us there. We'll catch you next week. Goodbye.